Well, I'm assuming you guys all final table or something because you make it look so.
Hello
cool
and welcome to the 2026 Borgata Winter Poker Open. We are here on the BetMGM YouTube channel to bring the final table of the almighty Million Winter Kickoff, a $400 buy-in, $1 million guaranteed tournament. We are down to our final 8 players, which we'll be doing an introduction in just a moment. We have Dan Weaver from Maine, actually Dundee, Ohio. He gave us Maine, so we might have a little bit of a discrepancy there. We have Brendan Wiley coming in with 29 million in chips from Massachusetts.
Everybody's too cool for school nowadays, though.
We have Thomas Cullis coming in here, said to go by Handsome Tom with 143 million from Bridgeport, PA. Michael Renna with 34 million from Lyndhurst, New Jersey. We'll see Andrew Nauth from Ozone Park, PA. Ozone Park, New York. The draft is wrong here. He gave us New York with a little under 23 million in chips. We have Tin Chan from Queens with between 26-27 million in chips. We have Nick Palma from the Bronx or New Rochelle with just over 15.5 million in chips. He is I believe, the short stack coming into the final table here. Then Jonathan Kim from Rahway. John Unk, he has said that some people call him because he's old, but we have him coming in with 50 million on the nose into play today. So those are our final 8 coming into the final table here. You can see the payouts on the screen now. They've each locked up 14,000 in change, playing for a first place prize of $190,000, as well as a trophy here down at the Borgata Winter Poker Open. I am Matt McNeil, some know me as Whitesmith, joined with our co-host David Kinane, David Two Flame Kinane.
Hello.
And we have a guest for our first break. Many people in the poker world know him as Bob Murwald. I believe his real name is something different, but nobody actually knows what it is. Everybody just knows him as Bob. Bob, welcome in.
Thanks. Glad to be here, guys.
We're going to get right into the first hand here. Looks like we'll have an open from Michael Renna here, if I had to take a guess, with the ace-jack. He's on about, 15 bigs? So we have some relatively short stacks as we head into play here. And wow, first hand we're going to have some fireworks, it looks like. Bob, as the guest, want to get you going here. When you're going into a final table, and having talked with you before, I know you've been in some spots like this yourself. Do you have a strategy if you're going in, and I'm assuming it has to do based on the chip stack you have, but do you have a specific strategy you're looking for going into the day? Anything that you try to do to get yourself into the rhythm? Anything that you try to do, to give off a certain, feel or character or vibe?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it all just depends on the dynamics of the table. Where you are with stacks here is really going to dictate the play that you have, right? So if you're coming in as a short stack, looking to survive and get that double, it's going to be a lot different than, say, Thomas or Dan here with a lot of the chips. So this will be an interesting final table. We have a bunch of short stacks, like you said. Pretty shallow, but we're going to see how things shake out right away here.
Pretty interesting start, too, looking at this. Michael really thinking it over with ace-jack off. The jam's only for about 12.5 bigs.
This is one of those that online, if you're in late reds, you flick it in and you never think twice about it. But now we're live. We're playing for some serious money with everyone guaranteed at least 5 figures so far. We already saw the 8s pretty much snap muck with the pocket pair, with a decent enough pair, but that pretty easy snap fold there in that spot. Now we have Michael with the decision here.
Yeah, you can see he's in pain here, right? He's not happy about this.
I mean, this is pretty much his entire stack, right?
Right.
He'd be down to under 1 big with a call and not either a chop or we're catching up.
30, right? I would assume 30 to 40.
Yeah, so many people in between the 20 million to 30, 40 million chip range. People can get knocked out fairly quickly, and he finds the fold.
Very disciplined. You never want to do that. You wake up with a very strong hand, and then immediately get ripped right over the top. But a very good pickup there. I mean, that's gonna just something like that is going to really help Tin a lot. You know,
sure.
as we move forward into today, because
what does HP stand for?
That's what 4.5 bigs
name
added
of
into
my
his
poker
stack,
school.
and you're just saying how
Pampu?
short everyone is.
Pampu?
Yeah.
That right there is
That's what in China?
2 full
Where is
orbits
that
of
located?
not having to find a hand
Pampu is the
without
kind
really
of like a
being
spirit that
any
people
lower
like
than where he
mention
came
about in
into
China.
today.
Is I never give up.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets him out of the
All my
basement as
buddies,
well
you know,
now
play in
with,
the
And then it's poker?
weekend.
Nick
Okay.
being the clear
Alright.
short stack. I think it's Nick and Michael now, the
Pampu.
2 short stacks.
Pampu.
Yep.
Pampu.
And
See, learn something new every day, man.
we haven't brought up the term, but ICM really comes into play. We saw the 14,000 to 190,000, I believe. We saw the chips, the payout differentiation.
Long
So you've
game,
got a pretty big gap and a whole bunch of ladders to be had in between.
Yeah, a bunch of small ladders at first, and then obviously the 190,000 up top. I think being on stream, obviously nobody wants to get knocked out in 8th place either, right? It's tough. You have the friends, family, everybody tuning in. But good to see Michael make that good laydown on the first hand.
We have Andrew coming in for a slightly larger raise this time. We see Andrew come in for almost a 3x raise, and we see the flat out of the cutoff from John.
Yeah, Jonathan with the big stack. Looks like he's going to be trying to get involved in some pots, take it down post-flop, put the pressure on at small stacks.
Big blind joins as well. That's a fun
Ooh,
flop.
this could be interesting.
Everybody gets something, nobody gets a ton.
Yeah, with the big blind coming into the pot now, too, it's going to be an interesting dynamic between the 2 chip leaders, whether or not they want to either battle it out for the huge stack or kind of play more passive.
Here comes John with the bet, 7 million.
Thomas with the snap fold.
If you're Jonathan, you're definitely happy to see that. You don't want to get into too big of a pot with the other chip leader here.
Kind of an annoying spot for Andrew, because you've got enough that there's going to be times you want to continue
down.
with that. If that ace was a heart, I think it would have been much more likely for him to come along.
What do you have?
And Jonathan breaks the 100 million
What
chip
did you
mark
have?
as well.
What did I have?
Yeah.
Guess go ahead and check the live stream.
I believe our
King
starting stacks that we had here may have been a little bit off, because I think we had 140 mils
I ain't
listed
gonna lie
at
to you.
one point.
This
Might
is
have
gonna
been
come on the live
might have been
stream.
on
I'll
our
tell you
sheets.
close.
So it looks like Jonathan jumps into the chip lead a little over 100 mil here.
Dealers, if we have a seat open in today's event, please let us know.
So Bob, you were in this tournament as well?
I was, yes.
If I'm not mistaken, we had discussed you joining us as a guest today, and the caveat was if I don't make this final table, and you were pretty far into the day yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here with you guys, but obviously would have rather been at the table myself. It was a good run. We finished in 67th place, so made it till a little bit after dinner. But 4,000 people in this tournament. It's a really, really tough
act like
one
you've been there before.
to get deep in. So all these guys at the table should be proud of
Jiggle them a little
themselves.
bit.
4,000
Bake
people.
on them cards, man.
Yo, jiggle the bottom of it.
there you
Jiggle
go.
the bottom of it. Come on.
But,
Those some dollars
there you
on
go.
top.
Hopefully the 600 maybe we'll get there.
There you go. There you go.
What is it? What was
They're probably talking about him. He's got his over
They're
there.
having some fun to start the day as well. They did actually start their day off stream. We had 9 people going into the stream. Want a quick shout out, Danny Danielson from
He
the
literally was
online
just fucking
streets,
with you
Dan
right there,
McGinnis,
like he didn't
who
nothing
ended up
happened
being
there.
the 9th place finish just before the stream started. And now we have our final 8 here, and again, they have played with each other a little bit already together. So we see some of the fun interactions, fun table talks going on. For some people that have been battling for a couple days now, as well as before we got
You need to
the
tell me to
stream
take
here.
it down too, because he's telling him
Yeah,
to take
friend
it
of
down. I
the
said, what
program
about
would
me? He
have been
said, I
nice to
don't
see
know
him
you,
on the
man.
stream.
I
but
said, what?
Unfortunately, he was eliminated in
So I
9th
was like,
place.
where my reel at? So tell me to take it down.
It looks like we've got a couple characters at the table here. Even just in the very brief time we had to
you
get
gotta
some
block that man out
name
of the situation,
pronunciations
bro.
and just get a little bit of info on the
Bad
people coming to
juju.
the table.
Nah,
We could see that Jonathan here, John, is going to be a character. He's got a lot of personality.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him play, and obviously Nikki P, a known character.
Yep, I imagine if he were to get some chips, we'll start to get a little bit more. They'll be chirping chips.
Certainly.
Definitely talking chips.
Tin here with an interesting spot. A weird chip stack to have a mediocre pair under the gun, and he does get away. I think a little bit later on we might have seen something different, but it's just such a weird dynamic being that short with the pay jumps that we have that we're going to see, especially earlier positions. I would expect to see some tighter play here. Certainly not from Jonathan, though, with his chips.
Make sure you jiggle it a little bit. Make sure they get that shit.
No. And Thomas, excuse me, has a hand where he might want to see a flop here.
Mike
and we might see our big stacks starting to
Legend. Yeah, of course. Fox
starting to mix it up.
We're
just
representing Fox over here. All
Goes
right.
for the 3-bet.
Wow.
Getting aggressive. Oftentimes you'll see chip leaders when they get involved in pots relatively often they're going to play it passively, not take the high variance line, but here he's willing to put up all the pressure. Jonathan seems like a guy who wants to play his hands, so if Thomas thinks that he's going to play a lot of hands, put the aggression on.
Yeah,
I really want to go to the
dynamic with
streets
these
with you
two.
right now.
I think obviously as both chip leaders, they're going to play a lot, but it doesn't seem like they're scared to play against each other as well.
Not at all.
Should make for a fun day.
Yep.
Look at the hair on Thomas, though, in that shot. He did say people call him Handsome Tom. I don't have any confirmations of this. I don't know if, that those are his words, not mine. But I am jealous of that hair.
Heads up, gentlemen.
Wow, that is a Thomas flop right there.
Wow.
That is a handsome flop for him.
8 check.
Second pair nut flush draw against just the ace high for John. I can't imagine we're going to see John putting too many more chips into this pot here.
No, unfortunate for Thomas that Jonathan really just completely whiffed on this flop here.
All in.
3 is all in.
Wow.
That's
Not playing around.
It's a very large bet.
No can do, sir. Nice hand.
At like 2-3x the pot?
Yeah.
That's a big boy jam.
That was a meaty bet.
I think everyone at the table is going to be taking a note of that one for sure.
Yeah.
Getting their updates. We are on a 30-minute delay here, so I'm sure they'll be getting their updates once that comes through to them over on the table, just to see what was that.
Yeah, Thomas just said, I have a great hand and I'm not going to fold, so if you want to play it, you got to play for it all.
Yep. Not quite strong enough in that moment where, I'm folding king queen. I'm snap folding a king queen suited right there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so not gonna say that's what I would have chosen to do, but I understand it because he's going to get better hands to fold, and if he runs into it, he's still drawing to the nuts.
For sure. I mean, he's
He's
losing some value with the jam right there, I would say, but you know what? He was ready to see all 5.
Yeah, and you said we might not expect to see some of the bigger stacks taking high variance lines with each other. That was certainly a high variance line, which if we're going to be getting that all day today, we're going to have some fun.
Oh yeah.
7 and 8 fold.
We all fold.
What the fuck is going on over here? It's like under the gun folds. He's like, all right, we got to raise in the hierarchy. You're like, what?
9 million. Nah.
1 is raised to 7 million.
No one's done anything yet.
Now he raised to 7 million.
Lock in.
Jonathan's trying to get the action going a little bit.
Told you.
He's going to be a character to watch on today's stream.
Oh yes.
Boxer. Bare knuckle.
Like Dan Weaver has come in with an over 3x raise here to
Side.
7 million with the ace 8.
Unconventional raise sizes to start this final table. A little bit on the bigger side.
We've seen the min raise, we've seen just under 3x, and now we've seen 3.5x. Brendan folds the mystery hand after some tanking, and Andrew here picks up aces. Pocket rockets.
What a sight after seeing a big 3.5 open to look down at aces, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not quite as strong as you might want to get out of a 3.5 open there, but I have a feeling that he's not gonna complain about picking up some chips here.
No, not at all. I think what's going to be interesting here is what size he chooses, right? He's sitting here, what, about 20?
A little over, what is that?
17
and a half bigs?
17 big blinds. I would assume he's just going to jam here, but it'll be interesting to see if he does anything else.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have any interest in flatting? And a lot of times, yes, maybe, but with the ICM pressure, you don't want something stupid to come out. You don't want a flop to come out Jack 10-9 after that. You don't want something that's going to scare you. Oh, what? He gets snap called by the AC?
Wow.
We're going to get a sweat? You're like, no sweat. The first sweat. You're like, nah, fuck that.
Yes,
Stop it.
sweat.
Come on, we got to get no sweat.
There's 3 clubs in the flop. No sweat.
No, that's not fair.
Let's sweat your rolling, not mine.
Sweat?
Let's sweat your rolling.
Listen, Aces is domination right now. You kidding me?
Nah, now I'll feel bad. Don't do it.
Oh, yeah, Aces.
Don't do it. Oh, no.
You don't remember the King 9?
All day.
All right, we're looking
We have
Club for a little sweat?
for the aces. Just
No,
some backdoor
4-4, so you can't
clubs
lose.
or backdoor eights.
All right, there we go. No
Now to lock it up for Andrew
Lock it
here.
up.
With a very significant double up for him. A pretty big hit for Dan here.
An easy hot shot.
And the note that I have on Dan is he is married with, quote, a lot of children. Dan, again, takes a pretty big hit here. Andrew doubles up to, what is that going to be, third in chips, just behind John, and Dan is going to drop pretty short, a little bit ahead of both Michael and Nick.
3 or 4 times. I went 30 million, 50 million.
But certainly,
That lady beating me with 2-9 versus Jack.
getting close to that
Like
real thing.
straight on. That was sick.
Yeah, it creates a lot of
I lost
separation on the
aces to
other stacks
8-7
in
early
the
on
field.
too.
Yeah, we talked about ICM earlier. It's going to be
Getting
really
rewarded
interesting
for your
here. Right
bad
now
beats.
we have Thomas
Just
with
like
the
all
chip
of us.
lead, Jonathan in second, Andrew in third with 72, and everybody else has 16 and a half bigs or less. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out over the next couple of orbits. And
Look, the box doesn't feel put something in the box.
counts across the
It's
board.
on you sometimes.
Well, just right.
But sometimes
Yeah, a lot of all-ins from the shorter stacks and the bigger stacks, making the choice whether or not they want to battle for the chip lead or
What do we
not.
have locked up right now? 18,
Yeah.
right?
you try
We've
using a
seen-
different finger
seen
to
Thomas
slide
and
them in.
Jonathan kind
No,
of go
I'm trying
after
to
each
sound
other
cool.
already.
Or
So
like a little
I
circle.
don't
People
think
say,
those
like,
guys
I
are
don't
trying to
even
just
know.
play against the
Yeah.
short stacks. They're still ready
You're like,
to
all
battle
right, you're like,
and
all right,
play
take it
with
easy.
what cards they get
Yeah,
dealt.
yeah.
They're here to win.
Yep.
We've only been here for a couple minutes, and we've already just seen fireworks, just action nonstop. One slightly dull hand of raise fold.
Say it again about C2. Okay. C2's good.
2's good.
So
good,
8,
good.
1, 2, fold.
You were right.
Well, I'm going to get a walk because I get my best hands in a big blind. I just want to say that. I'm not going to feel bad
I
if
feel
I
like I've
shower.
heard that before.
He's not lying.
I tested that.
I said, I don't want to
He's
knock
getting
this
a
kid out
whop
this
with
hand,
ace
and
10
I didn't say it.
button.
He might be lying.
He can try and talk his way into it, but it doesn't seem like it's happening.
5 raises to 8 million.
4x off the button. That makes 10's decision easy. If he clicks that, 10 might want to rip over that, and then
That's 10 off the hook.
yeah.
Yeah, Tin had a decision if it was just going to be a 2x open, whether or not he wanted to put the pressure on, but against 4, it's a big size.
Seeing the cards where we're at, I would now have chosen the min open to try and maybe induce if I'm Andrew. But I also do understand with the ace-10, it's in that kind of weird range where 4x10 might be laying down ace-jack with the ICM there. I would expect him to lay down ace-jack, or a lot of people will. So I can understand why Andrew's, it's like at that cutoff range with the stack sizes that we're dealing with. He's basically saying, you're playing for all of it or you're not playing, without putting all of it in, where if it goes re-rip or rip and then re-rip or rip call, he can still get away from it. Interesting strategy. Again, a little bit different from how I might personally play it, but they're playing for almost $200,000, and I'm here sitting on a couch with you guys, so.
Yeah, that's just going to be an interesting spot for Andrew on the button, right? With Tin and Nick both under 15 big blinds now. You're going to see a lot of just open shoves from him at that point. But it'll be interesting to see what other sizes he uses, because he could go min, could go 4x. Just a lot of variables that he can kind of choose from at that point.
But
going 4x is, in a lot of ways, effectively jamming without putting himself at risk
Like, he was
if
playing the Jack
they
7
both
game,
wake up
maybe.
with a hand.
Jam.
Yeah.
Although I'll tell you this, ace-10 off is not
That's
a
about
fun
it.
hand to call off there if 10 was the rip. So it's an interesting size because it just puts yourself in a really difficult spot there, where if you just open and then 10 rips, you can get away a little bit easier. It's an interesting spot for sure, though.
No, but
there's definitely some merit to kind of choosing those sizes that put people in awkward positions, right? It's hard to react to. You're used to facing a 2x open to 4 million, 5 million at most. But
you're gonna be here
those bigger sizes, it can mess with people's strategy.
I hope at no point we get repeating open sizes. I hope the entire day we just get different sizes.
He's taught me like
we're gonna play bingo. We have the 3.5x. We got 2.75. We got a min. So there's still plenty of.
Here we have another min. We have another min. We have 4. Yeah, we have.
They invite you back to
all over the place.
Yeah, I'm allowed to go. I'm cool with the Ryan and stuff. I'm allowed to go.
Nah, I feel you. You gags his head with that shit, though. I love that. I loved it.
7-fold.
That shit was funny.
You know what I don't get?
Funny.
And it's not a knock on it, but I don't get how people can pull off bucket hats.
Let's see a flop.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
It's not a negative. I look as dumb as can be in a bucket hat, and I was just looking at John and going, that works. That works. That works well, and I can't do it.
Some guys really pull it off. And look at this flop for Dan here. It's going to be interesting to see how Thomas proceeds with the chip lead. He's going to put pressure on.
3 million.
All in?
Yep.
One is all in.
Good luck, all in.
How much?
Quick all in, too.
Be surprised if Thomas does any more thinking here.
9 more bigs.
21.
Basically a pot-sized call. It's not far off the numbers to make the call, even though I don't think he's going to in this spot. But we've already seen him get feisty, so.
And that's what Thomas is thinking about right now, right? He's trying to think, what draws am I ahead of, right? Is he going to do this with spades? Is he going to do it with 2-4? Is he going to do it with 4-6? There's a lot of hands like that, and he does make the call.
Good luck, guys.
But he still wasn't far off the numbers you would want.
Math.
Very close.
He still has 30% here.
Mm-hmm. So now Tom looking for an ace or a queen.
It's a lonely feeling at the
to send
table.
Dan to the rail in 8th here. Dan
Nobody's
looking to
rooting
fade
for you.
just 6 outs with 2 cards coming for what would be a very nice double up for him to pretty much make back what went in the ace-8 to aces hand. With a clean turn.
Nice.
And a clean river
Nice
for
hand,
the
sir.
double for Dan Weaver.
Nice hand.
Those are stacks of 5.
So funny.
Yeah, and all of a sudden there's a bit
Fun
more
is good.
closeness in stacks between all the big stacks. No one really dominating anymore.
If Tom scoops that, then that puts him in a fantastic spot, which again also I imagine factors into the decision to call. Where if he does take that pot down, he's now an overwhelming chip lead.
Right.
You can see everything kind of coming a little bit closer together here, with just Nicky P at the bottom here with just under 9 bigs.
Yeah, I wonder how much that came into play with Thomas, right? Whether he folds or he loses the hand, if he calls, it doesn't change too much. But what happens if he wins that pot is he becomes the big chip leader and then can start putting some real pressure on everyone. So I get why he made the call, but now here we are. He's still right up there with the chip leaders.
Yeah, and those draws that you talked about definitely exist, those lower flush draws where ace high is clearly ahead, something maybe with a straight draw.
Even could have him dominated with like the ace of spades,
Yep.
An ace X of spades draw, and be ahead against just a drawing hand.
One raises to 5 million.
Dan with the foot on the gas as well. So it seems like we've got a few people here that given chips are just going to be go, go, go.
That's my time.
Nice work, dealer.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, we've kind of seen the same guys playing hands so far.
Probably fell
like
like
a
the floor.
No, to be fair, some of that is the cards. There's some people have had some very strong hands, but also
I think we're starting to see it.
Guys know
ready to mix it
know.
up today, and who's ready to sit back a
Oh
little bit
my
as well.
lord.
Yeah,
Only
with
slap I
a
ever hit in
chain
my
like
life. In Vegas,
Jonathan.
too, I
I think you're there to play hands. I don't know if you
hit it
guys
like
caught
3 times.
These slots in the
glimpse of
jungle,
that.
imagine. You can't be, don't be
I
playing
hear too
slots.
downstairs.
Don't be playing
Bucket
slots,
hat,
bro.
it's a good
Come on, I'm
combo
being
for him. He
serious.
rocks it well.
The machine's designed for you to lose.
I play
Very
poker to play
fly.
No,
slots.
but how could you play the machine?
What do you mean?
It's designed for you to lose.
So I take it from a human, I play it, put it in the machine.
No, but like, so stop doing it, right?
But if you hit
No,
sometimes.
stop. You know, no, these guys are running a sick scam. Like, they should go to jail. They're gonna listen to this. They're gonna come get me. But
They probably are gonna come.
whatever though. Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I would just love to
do
see
it
a
for
hook
entertainment.
just kind of
We play for
start dangling it over him.
Everything's right the same.
I know I missed the beginning of what he was talking about.
No, but
We're
this is
entertainers.
way different though too.
We're entertaining an audience at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
But come on, don't be playing the house games and shit. Come on.
What do you mean?
These games are sick.
why
This
I get-
casino, you're not allowed to play if you're a winner.
Oh, that what it is?
Yeah, the whole casino.
Oh.
If you're a winner, you're not allowed to play.
All right, gentlemen, good luck.
Actually, like I'm not just saying that.
When you say like a winner, you're talking about like
Like a
those-
gambler, like
Yeah,
if you
like
go
those
in the
card counters
if you
type
don't,
shit?
no, if you go in the pits, and
Oh,
you're a
okay.
winning gambler, you're not allowed to do it.
Got
They
it.
say you can't play no more, no matter what you do,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
So it's a scam.
because nobody's winning.
No, and if you do find in on the game that you can beat, they ban you. Like you can't, so you can't play.
So you're talking about like counting cards? And
Yeah,
shit?
whatever the case, like it's a scam.
Raise, 2 raises of the 5.
Scam.
As we have a new dealer, we come in here. See Andrew with the ace-5 of hearts coming in for the raise. This time, 2.5.
Blackjack specifically, like you're saying, but
I think that's another open space on the bingo board we just covered there.
There we go. Dan with a pocket pair on his button. Let's see what he chooses to do.
Ooh, he folded quickly there. Surprised to see that based on the play we've seen so far. I thought he would at least thought through that one.
Delay on your camera.
I wouldn't have been surprised to see a appeal
Keeps
on the
getting
button, see a
eyeballs.
flop in position, but
Great.
Agreed.
he
So he was the
maybe wants to be the aggressor.
chip lead bagger with 4-point-some million, whatever the case may be.
yeah.
And he literally
Yeah, a little
walked
less
around
chips
the
than
whole
beforehand
room.
as well, so
It's like, yo,
I'm fake.
less room to navigate post flop.
I'm fake phone.
you want to know how many chips I got? 4.6 million or something. Kept on walking around trying to flaunt his shit.
8 million.
Pair of
from the
twos for
sidelines
Thomas out of
now.
the big blind.
But day 1 seed leaders,
Quick
who were
bet.
doing it? 2 day 1 seed leaders, who
be
doing
enough.
it?
A quick fold.
But yeah, 4 million out the door, real quick.
And Andrew, the biggest upward mover of the day so far, up to
Yeah, they came out and
85
told me
million
it's
and
not
into
reading.
the chip lead.
Oh, that was it? Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Things are going to change quickly today.
Excuse me.
I have a feeling we're going to see multiple chip
Shake-
leaders as this
shake a little
table
bit.
goes on.
I think we're already on our third now,
was
if
a
I'm
little
not
shake.
mistaken. So
Yeah.
Andrew, Thomas, Jonathan, I think all have had the chip lead so far.
fantastic recognition there. We're 10 minutes in and 3 different people chip leading. I think we'll have multiple chip leaders today.
This is what you guys had me in the booth for. This
Degenerate saying
big
that.
time commentary.
That's why we pay you the big bucks.
The John Madden
part
of
of
poker
your
commentary.
routine.
Yes,
I
they
take
do
that
have.
back.
They can raise
I
caller
don't play
phone.
poker to play
Playing
slots.
poker, I'm concerned about.
Don't look at me any different.
Andrew's coming in with another raise here with the 9-8 suited, the 9-8 of clubs. See what the number is in just a moment.
Okay, no. They got Tyler playing in
That
the
has already been
background, too.
taken on the bingo card, but he comes into 4 million. Just a min raise here under the gun.
And Dan snap folding the ace-4 of diamonds there. Like you said, he might just really only want to be aggressive. He might not like calling hands. He likes to be the first one to put money in.
Good luck, Ole.
How much is that?
We have an all-in out of Michael Renna here from the big blind,
19.5.
which Andrew's, if he would obviously see what we're seeing, he'd be beating him in the pot here, because that's the best case scenario that he could be hoping for realistically with his hand. But Michael also probably in one of the better case scenarios for him, where he's going up against a much weaker top part of, he's not up against the top of the opening range from an under the gun open here. We'll see what Andrew wants to do.
Yeah, Andrew's really thinking about this. I mean, this is such a strong jam by Michael. Obviously, we see he only has 2s, but his range is much, much tighter, given that Andrew raised from under the gun here. So this is a tough spot for Andrew. Really not shocked to see him lay it down here.
Sir.
And also because Michael already has more than Nick,
and
this just creates that little extra separation for him, that little extra breathing room. The Nick is going to be coming up on the blind in just
see it in 30 minutes.
just a few hands here,
Definitely
which
will.
would take him down to just over 6 bigs after posting, short of anything that happens in the meantime. You can see there, Michael picks up a full couple orbits
from this vantage point. That was good
of breathing room between him and Nick, which is quite big. I think the first page up is $4,000. You know, and it just goes up quickly from there. So getting that little breathing room is going to be big for the next handful of minutes, as well as hopefully for his sake the next couple potential ladders.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just a huge pickup for Michael. Not only does he pick up the 4.5 big blinds, but now if he doubles, he puts himself squarely in the mix up to like 5th or 6th place here. So really big pickup as we see Nick pick up Ace-King offsuit here. I assume this will all go in.
Do you ever leave the 1 chip behind, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an interesting thing that's been talked about in the poker world. I don't think there's anything wrong with it here. But Nick being the clear shortest stack, he's never folding it no matter what.
Yep.
Even if 4 people go all in ahead of him, he's still putting his chips in the pot. So I think going all in here is perfectly fine.
Quick fold from Michael. Thought about it for a little bit, but early position jam, fairly strong range.
No sauce.
I was curious if Nick was going to find the min open with Ace-King there, but off of 9 big blinds, there's not a ton of room and not a ton of hands you want to do that with besides like maybe queens, kings, aces.
Yeah, he could have got a little tricky there, but like you said, under 9 big blinds, under the gun, I think it's good to just chip in it at that point.
All this other stuff's so distracting. That hand when I was almost folding.
But 2 big pickups from the 2 short stacks.
If we can get a little bit more consolidation, I'd love to see them all pretty much even, because from what we've seen, I imagine we would see fireworks. We would just see at least half the table battling back and forth pretty much
nonstop. Paid for my satellite, bro. My man is ducking me right now, bro. I love him.
The big difference for Nick right there with that pickup. He just folded 5s under the gun because he's on 11 bigs, very understandably so.
So what
if
happened
he's
was
on
I won the
8 bigs, just under 9 bigs, that's probably getting shit.
Whatever the hell it was,
Yep.
right?
I agree.
One of
And he folded them quickly there, too. He didn't even think about it.
At 6 max last night. So I asked old boy, I'm like, yo,
I'm go blind.
Too. I'm playing this. What happens if I don't?
Can't get a read on you later.
If you make it through both.
Here comes Tom in with the ace-3 of spades for the mid-raise from the cutoff.
I'm just, it just feels like
this would be a pretty tame hand.
He always got the nice suits
for a
on,
change.
so I give him respect.
I was going to say, we got spoiled early on with some big pots.
Money, bro.
Now seeing a raise and take
Plus
it down,
EV
it feels like a letdown.
It was for 3 events or 4 events? It was for
3 events.
3 events.
So I got.
You got the 600.
I got the 600 as well.
Nice.
So you know what I'm saying.
Free rolling all the way.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Then I went to the poker room. I was telling my boy, you get comp dollars for, you're sitting down at the table, but you don't get much. So the dude checked, and he's like, yeah, you got like $27. I'm like, cool. I didn't know about it. It never dawned on me. So I'm like, what did you just do? He's like, yeah, just check for his comps. I was like, comps? I was like, all right, well, can I just check mine real quick? He's like, yeah. Swipes it. He looks at me, he's like, you got $325 in comp dollars. I'm like, man, I've been playing poker all this time. I never knew that I had any comp dollars to my name. So I got paid for the damn thing when I come.
Your table movement. No one get a read.
So after you're done playing, you have to go to the window for them to register the comp
Interesting
dollars?
spot for Michael
he
here.
just transferred it right over to my card, right there.
It's off 12 and a
But
half,
damn,
13
yo.
bigs.
You know how
I was
many
going to
hours
say,
you gotta
having
put in
seen
for
Nick
fucking
pick up some
300?
chips, he's
Good luck,
now
Wiley.
more incentivized to get the rip in instead of let it go.
Yep. It looks like this will get through cleanly.
Oh, 52
looks like a
fake
snap call.
out.
Nah, I know. I got mine to get
52 fake
I
out.
just wanted to fuck you up for a second, take like a year off of life. At the end of your life.
The palpitations have begun.
That's like, that took off like a day off the end of his life. One day right there.
Payouts are turning up a little bit here.
We've had a couple pump fakes now, it seems. Looks
that
like
movie
they're having
In
some
Time,
fun, which
where,
is always
you know,
great to
Justin
see.
Timberlake has all that.
Yo, that's a
I think
dope
it's gonna
concept.
do
That's a
right
dope
next
concept
to
of a
each
movie,
other. I
right?
feel like it's
4
gonna
days,
That's a
right
dope
there.
concept of a movie, right?
Yeah,
I think the
you
best
pay
seat
with
at the
your-
table is
Yeah,
Tom,
yeah,
just
yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
far
yeah,
away
yeah,
from
yeah.
from the
Yeah,
chatter as
that's
possible.
sick.
2-2,
He's actually he's really talented, obviously.
Tim, the quietest
Yeah,
person
for
at
sure.
our table so far, sitting right next to it, probably wondering, what did I do to get into
That movie, I
this
mean,
seat? Who
Alpha
did I
Dog's
piss off?
obviously a good movie. Like most
And
people like that movie.
you can't forget Runner.
Runner
with
is
Ace
one of the
Queen
worst
under the
movies
gun.
ever.
You know what I'm saying? Runner is a great
Yo,
movie.
no,
What size are we gonna get out of
what?
him?
No, it's not. Stop it.
Runner is
That
a great
movie.
movie.
No, I have to
Just
watch
for what it is. Just for what it is.
Well, I just
man.
like him,
Might
so
have
I
won
mean,
five.
it's fine. But
5.
He got
and I
got.
like Ben Affleck too, so that's a tough one for me. That's a tough one for me.
I mostly
But,
play online, so I
it's just
can't actually count the
One of
chip
those
stacks.
movies that only gamblers could really appreciate.
Andrew with the big hand here in the cutoff with the suited ace jack.
I have to watch it again to be honest, though, because
See
it's been
how,
like 10
how
years.
big this hand's
Yeah.
going to get.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Looks like he's going for the 3-bet.
On the right side, on these dials over
I
there.
see 13. Yep.
Going to be interesting what Dan does here.
Yeah, with a lot of short
Decision
stacks out
time.
in the fields, I think you're not going to want to play a lot of calls, but definitely a hand that could.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if he was thinking about ripping this in as well. Andrew's been pretty active. But it's interesting. He's got a lot of chips at this point, Dan, relative to the rest of the field. So it's always interesting where you're going to shove as the 4th place player, knowing that if you run into it, you're just going to be out of the tournament. So
Yeah,
interesting dynamic here.
pretty awkward spot.
And I think
He's
he's,
going to
just laying it down.
Okay.
Want to see it now or you want to see it later?
Wow. And I think
see
that has a
now,
lot to
bro.
do with
No,
all these short
I did
stacks.
queen.
camera, do it for the
I
camera.
did queen.
All right, finish
Woo!
here.
That's a good thing. That's all day.
Yeah, I think we just got Andrew showing him the
yeah.
ace jack.
All day, baby.
You know, and it's
all
a
day.
it's a
all
it's a
day.
really tough spot out of position for the ace queen off there. Like you said, you
What'd you
don't
fold?
want to just run into
Oh,
ace
I
king.
did-
You don't
I folded ace
want to
queen.
run into it, and then he's just out. He's still got 25.
Please don't lie
26
because you know
bigs.
you're.
He's got
you know
half
you
the
got to be
table
red.
shorter
I
than
know.
him.
Yeah.
You fold ace queen?
I don't
blame you.
I don't
for
like calling
folding
big
an
bets
ace
unless
queen
I'm
there.
sure.
Yep.
Don't blame him if he chooses to rip it.
Let's go.
You know, the flat is a
No,
weird
it's not
one,
gonna
but
be
if it's
in
a
a race.
hand that's going to do it, it's
Ace queen.
that's probably one of the more uncomfortable spots to be in, and
if it wasn't ace queen.
that's almost where choosing a
500
different
more
weird
again.
size pre-flop might make his next decision that much easier.
Yeah.
Nice work, Wiley.
Raise up to 5 million. C2.
Seems like 5. Oh, blinds went up. Blinds are at 2.5 now.
If it was suited, it would have been different.
Good call.
I definitely believe that. I definitely believe that.
I don't know if that was
Now,
for
if you
last
snap
hand
jam
or
on
this
me for
hand.
40, though, I'm probably going to get down there.
We'll say
Yeah,
this hand.
it was close. But
Probably lay it down there.
I'm not in a rush to get it in there.
Tim
I mean, it's
with
either
a
way,
very
because if you snap
disciplined
jam and I had
lay
ace
down
king,
there
I'm
off
snapping
of
you. If it's ace you know what I mean? It's thin line right there.
just under 10, 9 and change bigs with the ace 7 suited.
Nope.
Dan says no.
15, 2-5?
See Nick back down to 7 bigs. Tin just under 10, about 9.5 bigs. You know, and working our way up to our chip leader, Tom Cullis, with 37.
We still see that separation, right? 3 guys with 30-plus big blinds, everybody under 20 at this point. So it's still a very shallow final table, 37 big blinds being the chip leader. So it'll be interesting as we start seeing either these short stacks doubling up or getting eliminated, how it's going to change the dynamic of these final tables.
Yeah, those stacks above around the 80 million threshold, they're going to be relatively keen to let the others get knocked out beforehand.
Absolutely. It's one of the best scenarios in poker where you just make money by folding, right? Letting other people getting eliminated, sitting back and just watching those ladders pile up.
We could have 2 of the larger stacks here battling. We'll see how John chooses to play the king-queen off with his button.
Fold.
Interesting. We saw earlier in the FT when the 2 big stacks were much deeper, they were Jonathan was a little bit more willing to get after it, but here choosing the passive line, shorter stacks getting much shorter.
No help to either on the flop. We'll see if anyone takes a stab. With Andrew checking here, we saw John do this in the first hand with the Queen 10 where he bet out from position.
And he does it again here and quickly.
That's going to work.
Yep.
About half pot.
It's spades, not clubs. Sorry, Andrew. Quick double check trying to get them to switch over, but...
Always got to give it one more check.
Yeah. Made that mistake way too many times in my life. 4 color decks online. Can't make... Well, you can make that mistake, but... another big chip up there for John, up back to about 90 mil, almost even with Tom. And, again, neck and neck at our chip lead here, but... Those types of
So
pots
who's the first person you called
so much?
when you
now if you get into a big pot with Nick,
at the final table?
get into a pot with 10, either the small stacks.
Did you guys
it just
call
takes
anybody?
that much
I called
less
my father.
away from
I went
it.
to sleep.
That much
guys just
further
said,
separated
nobody else
from,
needs to
say,
know about my
Dan
life.
in fourth,
I
where he's still got a decent
Called
stack,
Mom?
but you'd still have a pretty
That's
good
good.
bit of separation.
Yeah, being the big stack, it's really important to be able to withstand the blows from the small stacks.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm
That's what
just
some
like
of these
in the
guys are
morning.
doing with
I called
separation
I
here.
called them both in this morning.
Yeah, my wife. I call her.
How do you feel on this one?
Nah, I didn't FaceTime.
Yo, if it's not FaceTime, it's not
My
real.
dad has a
just an
flip
open
phone,
here.
dude.
Yeah. But like, if it's not
You know what
FaceTime,
I'm saying?
it's
Like,
not
what
real
if-
to me. Like, I need FaceTime.
No, but he's got a
big
flip phone. How am I FaceTime?
Math not my
You know what
strong
I'm saying?
suit.
My dad's like super old school when it comes to that. Like,
But
you
yeah,
know
I
what
guess
mean?
he can
Like
open
he
rip
presses
there as
button
well.
one,
It's an
2, 3
interesting
times to go to
spot,
ABC.
eight-handed.
You know what I'm saying?
Um,
Got to press it multiple times.
I think either
Yeah,
one's
that's
fine.
old school Nokia.
Yeah, I don't think the rip
Yeah,
either.
you got to keep
Yeah.
on pressing the
Yeah,
button.
I'm
all
aware.
Off of 12
You
big
know,
blinds, you
press
still
the
want to
A,
have a
B.
decent amount of min
And that's how he
opens,
texts me.
especially with
That's how he texts me.
many
So
shorter stacks than you,
FaceTime? Yeah,
despite
he'll
being
lose
on
his
12
mind.
big
He'll know what
blinds.
to do.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I think the hard part is eight-handed, right?
Yeah,
Just
he's
a
pretty happy.
lot of hands to get through.
Mom's just
You gotta
happy.
get through a lot of
You got to
people.
get through a lot of people, and obviously it wouldn't have
Hell
changed
yeah, of
anything here
course,
either
man.
way.
You feature
takes
table,
down.
bro.
Which every pot
The
here
feature
is
deal
so
at the feature
significant.
table, of course.
You can see he's already up to
100%.
37 million by picking
Mom,
up that.
I'ma be
Things
on
are
the
going
live
to change really, really quickly in this
Check
final
your boy
table.
out.
Was that into Thomas's small blind or big blind too in the last
It
hand?
was into Thomas's big blind.
Yeah, I mean, maybe more of a reason why you don't want to play min opens because it's the big stack in the big blind, but
Yeah, and Thomas has shown he wants to play pots as
Yeah.
well. So he's going to defend there, and depending on what the board comes out, you're going to put yourself in an interesting spot there.
No pump fake. Again, just having some fun with the table, it looked like.
I like it. That's the best part about Borgata here. Is just everybody's having fun. It's a lot of characters, and everybody. You see some things you don't normally see, but you get to have some fun, interesting conversations as well.
yeah, definitely an emphasis on the social side of live poker.
Absolutely. I know you mostly play online, but these live fields, it's almost like a different game. It's a lot of guys that do this for fun and want to be social and have a good time, and they want to talk about hands. They want to tell you different things, and I think it's the best part about poker is you get to just sit around a table with 8 guys that you might not have ever come across in life, and you get to hear some stories. These Borgata walls have heard it all, that's for sure.
Certainly so. I do always enjoy it when I get out.
We do have a limp from the small blind from Tom here. Checked with the 3 deuce from Michael out of the big blind. An open end for Tom on the flop here, but not a whole lot to improve either of them. The 6 high is still good for Tom, but we're looking towards either a pair or a chop as the most likely outcome. Or if someone just wants to sniff at the pot, I guess Michael probably won't take it down because Tom might come along here, but...
Yeah, I don't think Thomas is limping this to fold.
I thought we had queen 7-4, not queen. I believe our graphic is a little bit off here, right?
I missed the board on the screen.
Yeah, there we go. Now we have the full board up here. We have we're on the turn. With
7.5 million.
a pot-sized bet out of Michael here on the turn.
All in.
All in.
Wow.
Snap fold by Michael.
Thomas just putting on the
Nice
pressure.
answer.
Thank you.
Facing a pot-sized bet. That's a quite a hefty size for a short stack to use.
Yeah.
No fear, though.
I like the bet out of Michael. Obviously, you're not winning the hand with 3 high, right? So you got to put some chips in to try and take it down there. But I'm very surprised how quickly Thomas just ripped there as well. The bigger size is interesting from Michael, but did not deter Thomas one bit.
Fancy table, they should give you a shuffle there.
Fearless, and he chips up into the chip lead.
I don't like the shuffle.
Just shy of that 100 million mark, which we've seen surpassed already today. And Michael built in that little bit of a buffer, that little bit of wiggle room ahead of both Tin and Nikki P is back down level with Tin, but had that little bit of buffer to be able to make that bet, to be able to try to make that play, to try to take that pot.
Yeah, picking up those 4.5 big blinds earlier is exactly what led him to be able to do that. He's still sitting with 10 big blinds, and there's 4 guys with 10 big blinds or less now. So we should see some fireworks sooner than later.
Yep, I imagine we will not have 8 people as we continue through by the end of this level, if I had to guess.
I thought you were going to say on the stream. I thought you were going on a limb.
Oh, yeah. By the time we finish the stream, we will have less than 8 people, I think.
It's about as good as Bomber Wallet's take that we're going to have different chip leaders.
Always hoping to get picked. Like, please pick me, poker gods.
I think we're going to get a walk. Nope.
Gets it.
You can see that was painful for Michael, though.
He didn't want to do it.
He did not want to let it go.
And this right now is about to get very interesting because Tin is going into the big blind. That's 5 million in chips going into the pot right now. That'll leave Tin with under 10 bigs. Excuse me, under 8 bigs behind after posting the ante in the blind. Nikki P under the gun.
It worked out, though.
Yeah.
Sure
it was
did.
definitely a grind.
Yeah, we are about to get to a point where we're going to see, I would guess, in the next orbit, we're going to see 3 or 4 different all-ins from the small stacks, unless something specific happens to change that dynamic.
Yeah, we're going to see what the card distribution looks like, but I expect these big stacks to really start putting some pressure on. We have these 3 guys with all the chips and so many short stacks that they're just going to be able to take down a lot of chips. And every time you pick up the blinds at this point, it's 6.5 million chips, so it's super significant at this point in the tournament.
John taking initiative on that, too.
Yep.
John on the spot. I think this is the 2nd or 3rd time we've had trouble picking up Brendan's hole cards.
Looks like they're square in the middle of the reader, though. Goes all in.
We saw him earlier shaking it around, and they were able to get picked up. This is going to work. We don't know what he has, but this is going to work. Like the initiative, John.
Calling off for this.
That would be so funny if Brendan had deuces and it was like the same hand that we had earlier.
Maybe I could, but you know what I mean? It's my first time. I gotta protect my image. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to come off.
There you go.
Look at this.
Play one hand.
Called off it.
3 people under 10 big blinds at this point.
Start the tournament off.
We are starting to get really shallow until we start getting some eliminations.
Table 55.
We're going to have that crunch, and then we're going to have hopefully a few stretches of play here where we've got some deeper play before we get to the next kind of inflection point, the next crunch.
I have 15 million
if we look
boys,
at the middle,
exactly.
right, guys like Dan and Brendan, they're just really handcuffed. I think it's a really hard spot in the final table to be in that middle because you don't want to torch it away, go out in 8th
I don't want to
place
walk. The last time I did
and
this,
lose out
remember
on
what
those
happened? I
ladders when there's
doubled
3
up.
guys really significantly short.
Feel you on that.
So they're kind of handcuffed and just they're going to have to play pretty tight and pretty snug.
Yeah, I think we've seen that from Brendan so far. He hasn't played a ton of hands, but to be honest, that's the correct strategy.
Right.
And there's so many short stacks, can't really blame him too much.
100%.
Here we have John coming in with a slightly larger raise this time.
A new one on the bingo board there.
Yeah,
trying to run the quick math. 2.4. 2.4 are we at? We're still at 2.6. 2.6.
In with the decision in the small blind here.
2.4. What am I? Am I wrong? I'm wrong. I'm right with one of the two, and now I'm just blanking. Math should be a whole lot easier than this.
I just look at numbers on a screen.
No sauce,
and 10 lays down the king jack.
No sauce.
Fine, good, Dylan.
Yeah, 2.6. I was right.
Yeah.
One of the two. I got there in the end. I completely ignored the rest of the action trying to do mental math. Can we get like a calculator in here as well?
Mango, what the fuck?
He said mango? Is that what he said?
Oh, this guy.
Mango. Hey, what's good, Mark Simon? What's good, boy? What's the deal, my brother?
Yo,
You've got cards, John. You've got cards.
Run back. He's got him.
Yeah, we saw before we got back here in the booth. John had a bit of a rail on the side, so he's got his friends cheering on, I assume.
Jesus.
Nope.
That's how it should be, though, with these final tables, right? Get the family, get the friends, get everybody over. If you're not over at Borgata, turn it into the stream.
Oh, yeah.
But watching a live final table when your friends at it is always fun.
Yeah.
Thomas picking up another.
Hey, so what happened to our sweaters?
Our big stacks are the ones getting the hands that we would have been
we're the
seeing a
first to
lot
get
of the
them, so
all-ins, and
we
when
don't
you're
know
on
when we should be
7
fast to
bigs,
get
you're
'em.
getting called a lot wider here.
Yep.
Hey, if that was smaller stack with the 9s, the 9s go into King Jack calls or something, you know.
I don't like it.
Even there, if Thomas has ace-5 and Nick has the ace-king, no swap, it's going to get in there as well. But Thomas picks up another one, starting to extend the chip lead.
I don't like defending. It's stupid. Just like that.
And Tom back over 100 million in chips. I can do that one. That's just over 42 big blinds.
Nice.
Look at that snap math.
Don't even have the calculator out. Nicely done.
Whatever.
Keep it to nice round. I mean, to be fair, 6.5 was a nice round number, and it was just.
Where's Rishi?
Well, with the almighty 100,000 starting stack, we just get into the deeper levels 2.5 times quicker than normal, so you get to see some wonky levels. The 120K, the 160K big blind levels, for example, are always a little wonky when you get to them.
Well, but it's such a great feeling to have 100 million chips in front of you. What did you bag? 100 million chips.
I'm like, it's not reading, is it? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I bagged 1.5 million on day one, and it feels like you have like infinite amount of chips, even though it's 15 starting stacks.
The whole time
it feels like it's a lot more.
What's wrong with you?
Take it easy. 15 starting stacks is not. It is infinite chips.
Yeah.
Oh, he's scratching the cards?
Just normally then it would be around 600,000.
I don't know what he's doing.
Tournament. We have some action here with Michael with the ace-8.
Michael trying to figure out what Tin and Nick have behind him here. Because he's under 10 bigs with a decent ace.
You don't look like a DJ at all.
And this is a fold.
Not by any stretch of the meaning, sir.
The impact of picking up 6.5 million here is so massive that you can easily convince yourself to try to make this push because of where that would leave you.
Although I love music. I'm sure everybody does.
80s. A good fold.
80s.
I certainly don't think Andrew would have been laying down the 6s if he had gone in
I like
there.
all kinds of music. So
I think he'd be calling for sure.
Raised 8 million,
This point of these final tables, it just becomes so surgical. It's so you really have to be hyper aware of the other stacks and what everybody else has, and it changes obviously very quickly.
It helps us a lot to have it across the top, where we have it laid out for us.
Yes.
And when you're in front of a screen, you've got something else that says what everyone has, whether it's in chips or big blinds. When you're at the table, it is changing every single hand. It's one of the toughest things to keep an eye on. When you're playing in the casino, if you're not used to it, is just seeing those stacks and understanding. Okay, we're at 2.5. He's at 11. This person's at 16, 17, and understanding how that's going to change the ICM, how that's going to change those pay jumps, what your ranges are going to continue to look like, and how they're going to evolve. And Michael right there did a very good job of taking that time, taking those extra couple seconds, and saying, I have enough gap between both Tin and Nick. This is going to be a fold, and he would have been flipping for his tournament there very likely with Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely. You just got to be hyper aware, right? You just keep looking at everybody's stacks and understanding it, and you'll notice that's what the best players do. They're always understanding what's going on, what's changing.
This is going to go in from Nick. We've got a suited ace on 4 bigs.
11 million.
4.4.
Ooh, and he looks like he runs into it. Dan has the ace-9.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think we're all a little bit shocked on that one.
That feels like a mistake.
I would say
I don't want to kill someone when they're on the table there because it's a different spot, and you're expecting ranges to be a little bit tighter. But Dan
stole that.
that feels like a spot that I want to try to take.
Yeah, I think this might be a situation of Dan not maybe realizing how small of a jam that was from Nick. 11 million, it sounds like it's a lot, right? But in this case, it's a little over 4 big blinds.
I normally get comps and
some
stuff,
people
but, like, whatever,
might not
hypothetical.
understand kind of the calculation
$8
in
for
that.
this is like criminal. Like
Even
someone
if he
should be like in
doubled
like
him,
an actual,
even if
like,
he calls and
The
doubles him
7-Eleven,
there,
they charge like
Dan and Nick are
$3.50 for that.
basically even in
7-Eleven though
chips.
is like
How
a
would you know
war
that?
zone past
With
like
10,
7
Michael
p.m.
still-
though, no matter
With
where
10,
you are in the
Michael's still
country.
short.
Yep.
Like past 7 p.m. Like you got to be a
But
warrior
Dan
to go to
is,
7-Eleven
what we've seen,
past 7
Dan's been
p.m.
wanting to be the one
Like,
Like if
putting
I
the
was a
chips in
female, I
and
would
not
not
making
go
the
to
calls.
7-Eleven.
Yep.
Like,
You talk about
And
7-Eleven
Michael
out
just
here?
getting another
anywhere in
annoying
the States,
hand here.
basically,
He's
like, I
really
mean, it's
getting
pretty
these
bad.
marginal spots where he wants to put chips in. It's going to be interesting to see what he does here.
7-Eleven there?
I think he's going to let it go, but
Yeah.
just
You
a good-looking hand with less than 10 big blinds.
You can see the
That's
pain
definitely
in his posture.
It's one of those things where if he has that hand in later position, it just always gets in. But
Yeah.
under the gun, there's just nothing you can do. We were talking earlier with the king-queen. There's a lot of people to get through. It feels like even more if you try to do something with a king-9 there.
Yeah.
Oh,
DJ scratching. DJ scratching. DJ scratching.
I'm surprised Thomas
Take
folded
it
here.
down.
A suited king
Yeah.
out of the big
Felt too,
blind.
man.
Yeah, I guess that shows just trying to avoid those big stack collisions with so many short stacks.
Right.
They got into it right away
depth
at the
of it,
very,
you said?
very beginning of the stream table, and then
depth
it's
of the
just kind
felt
of
itself?
pumped way back on the brakes.
Oh, yeah.
More oval
So
shape,
wise.
yeah, than
Yeah, very surprised
super
with that
wide,
fold the way
too.
Thomas has been playing.
Way wider.
He seems like he
Super
wanted
wide.
to mix it up, but I think that's a spot that if you're going to pass on it, given the stack sizes in position, I understand why he's doing it.
Got a picture of
this
it.
felt looks nice, but like
I don't.
want to real
That's,
felt. It's
that's
like
a
actual-
defense. That's a
I
defense.
agree. I'm always
Yeah,
defending
I don't know.
there.
That's-
But
I'm defending a suited king there.
This is
I'm the
like,
chip leader on
actual
40
fact. I
bigs.
know
I'm
it's not
defending a
actual
suited
fact.
king
Actually,
there.
like-
I-
Personally.
I agree. I was saying what might have been going through his head, but I don't know.
almost like a microfiber.
Um,
You know what I'm saying?
he's still got the
Like a
chip lead, so I'm.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
not
he's got
gonna-
100 million, and I'm sitting on the couch with you guys. So
If they took their spots right now and just took that payouts, he'd be getting a trophy and 190,000. Nicky, we're gonna have some chips in. This is the
Ace king
second
again.
or third time he's got an ace king for him.
yeah, second time, and then got the ace
All
three
in for
suited through.
17.5.
Does the dealer's job for him. Very, very generous, Nicky.
What a snap call by Jonathan with the mystery hand.
John without any idea what he's got, and there's
Going
an
to party,
ace out
Nicky
for
P.
Tom.
Let's go to party, Nicky P. That's it. You always have ace king. When is there a situation where you don't have ace king? Goodness
You said,
gracious.
yep, he always has ace king.
He does, yeah. I mean, literally every single hand is
Don't
ace
think
king.
Jonathan has a pair
I mean, you
here.
gave
I
him
have to
good,
guess
though.
by the table
Can't
talk.
be mad at
Yeah.
that.
Except the last time when he had the ace three.
He does.
Every other time
Somebody
has
else
been ace
tried.
king for Nicky today.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like the 60-40. I'll take the 60-40
Is
right
that Queen,
here. I mean,
Queen
why not?
Jack?
Yeah,
60-40?
what?
Oh, it's the- I
We
think
got a
it's
full
the-
mystery hand, or are we gonna
Here
see?
we go,
We'll
boys.
get it at some point.
Gentlemen.
What's the board?
Let's
Jack 10
I'm gonna
suited.
guess
Drum
Queen
roll.
Jack.
We got
Yep,
action.
Queen Jack
boo.
Yeah,
suited
we're gonna,
Queen Jack.
I was
We got
trying to be
action,
different.
boys.
Good
Let's
snipe.
go.
Snapped with
Put
the
it out
Queen
there,
Jack
player.
too.
No
Yeah,
fear.
it's right in the
There's a
way.
king and an open end.
What?
The sweat.
Always a sweat.
We also have chop
blocker,
options
Nick.
here.
Sweat.
Oh, good night, Nicky. Sorry,
game,
that's a
Nicky.
rough one right there. John picks up the 9 on the turn
I had
for
to
the
do some club.
straight. Nicky P to the rail in 8th place
Listen. You have to
for
actually call to
$14,000.
announce you have a deuce of clubs.
And what's going to likely become a slightly less entertaining final table because we've
GG's,
seen
my
Nick and
brother.
John going
I
back
see
and
you.
forth already throughout the day today. But a very good run, besting. Oh, 18,000. Excuse me. The 9th
And then
place
there was
was
7,
the
gentlemen,
9th place
and then
payout,
there
which
was
we had on the
7.
graphic before.
You know
was
what
the
that means,
14.
though, right?
Yep.
So then 18,000 for Nicky P. That should get us up to 25 for the locked up for the remaining 7 people minimum. And you can see we still have 2 very short stacks, both Michael and Tin.
You've been
on
very
about
patient.
7
I mean, you
bigs.
were pretty active last night.
Extra little ladder there for them. And I think we've got just a little bit more to go
I've
before
seen- I
we
don't think you
start
played a hand
to
yet.
truly consolidate. We've got a couple more either doubles or KOs to come here before we'll start to really get some play, it looks like.
Yeah, still 2 super short stacks.
He shoved the first hand
P.
against me.
Okay, one.
First hand.
The ladders get back relatively quickly. I mean,
Yeah, ace king.
2 more eliminations and we're going to be up to like $28,000 cash. So
7.5.
Well, this next one is 25.
Well,
Oh,
7.5.
really?
The hero becomes the villain.
original graphic
yeah,
had the
man.
9 that started
I'm
the
still the
day.
hero.
So we had the
Still the
9th
hero, I
place
promise
payout
you.
on the
We'll
bottom,
see.
which caused some of
Sorry.
the confusion on my
Listen,
end.
I called my mom and my dad
So
this morning.
8th
you know what I'm
was
saying? That
18,
makes me
7th should be
a hero.
25.
Yeah,
We're already at
absolutely.
7K ladders, and I think it goes
Whoa.
up 10
Switch
from there to
seats. They wouldn't
35.
like to switch seats.
And another interesting spot
Terrible
from Michael
situation.
here. Jonathan's been opening a
Terrible
lot, but he
situation.
hasn't really gotten too out of line.
We haven't. I mean, the Queen Jack is
The call was a little bit out of line, but his opens have been pretty strong.
we
and
haven't
pretty
seen
normal.
anything too
A little
crazy.
spicy right now.
But man, Michael's had some
spicy
cards
right
that he
now.
would like to play out of other
Oh,
positions,
7.5
that's for
is enough
sure.
right now.
Or other chip. If he had the chips, the chips
Yeah.
to do it, he would have been playing.
Chips,
We
not
would have been seeing him as the
Yeah,
action
enough.
person
So
if he
what's
had
gonna be
the chip
No, I
stack
think I need
that
to
Jonathan
do
and
something
Thomas
like
had.
Oh, well then.
Like, yeah.
Oh, well then just vote.
Yeah.
Should see a defend here and a set mine, I would guess.
There you go.
maybe thinking about the 3x sizing now a little bit.
But we're deep. He's over 30 bigs.
Yeah.
I mean, take your time. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but just throw in the couple thousand. Throw in the couple thousand. Excuse me, couple million chips.
Let's make it 18-5.
Ooh,
Wow.
spicy.
Yep.
Really spicy.
I love being wrong back here too.
It's the best.
Give some action, Playboy.
It's fun for me because like
God,
we all know
what
how
we're
we
here for.
might want to
Listen
play
to us.
something, and whether we agree with how it's going to go or not, you can do whatever you want. Oh wow, look at that!
Smashes the flop.
Calls a 3-bet and gets the Jack-Jack 6 flop. Not many better feelings here. Be interesting to see what Andrew does after 3-betting
25?
pre-flop.
Big bet. You say 25.
25.
Wow.
It's unfortunate.
And Jonathan looks dead inside as he's sitting there with his trip jacks.
This is the quietest we've seen Jonathan in a while.
Can he pick up on that?
Nothing to do but call.
Yeah.
And alarms go off for Andrew real quick with the snap call from Jonathan.
Yeah, it's such a big bet that you don't really think that ace high is necessarily going to call you. So
I thought that was a 4 when that card flipped.
I'm not sure if there's like any worse hands that he's getting called by on the flop. So
No. Andrew knows he's dead at this point.
He's drawing
dead to a
he's
4.
drawing to those 2 outs. Even then, with what the way the strength we're seeing from Jonathan, I'm not saying that he's only drawing to the 4, but he in his mind might think that the 4 might be no good. He might think that he had 6s full. I would not expect that, and there's no way he's calling this now.
No.
Got a pocket.
Well, Jeff's so good to get up.
You had a big pocket and you never raised me. You wanted to play it. So a nice board. I don't think you hit the 5, the 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Now this would be really interesting if Andrew had a big pair, right? He 3-bet pre. If he had a big premium here, what would you do with queens, kings? Obviously, Jonathan's flat call on the flop looks so strong that it would be very, very interesting.
Check, see if I take a stab at the river.
Can't see
If you
him
have aces,
continuing
you
at
have
this
anything
point,
like
though.
that. Why not just check? See if I take a stab at the river there.
that's what I thought was going to happen.
Yep, I
Jonathan was
agree.
going to check back and let
just
Andrew
jam
bluff
it.
it off.
Is he trying to convince that he might have like an ace-queen here?
18, at 25.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
if you're going
I
to peel and make this play with an ace-queen to try and push
Jack
off
king.
those, some kind of 7s, 8s, 9s, something like that.
Check.
It's such an interesting board and dynamic that I don't know if a hand like ace-queen is calling on the flop with that big of a bet.
Yeah,
Right?
I just-
It wasn't a small
Ace-queen is
C-bet
10,
where
think-
you're going to float with a hand like that. I think
bluff
hands
in
like
here?
ace-queen are instantly going
I
in the
don't have a
muck.
pair.
I don't know what bluffs Jonathan really has at this point.
Yeah, it was 25 into like 40 million.
Right.
I don't think there's any hand that calls the flop is probably beating pocket
For
fours.
sure. I mean, he could still have hands like 7s to 10s, but those are dominating Andrew at this point anyway. So I don't know where his bluffs are going to come from here.
I think Andrew's working that problem. We'll see if he
Yep.
comes to the right decision here.
Small blind next.
He looks pained, but he did put a lot of chips in this pot.
He did.
Yeah, you might be
Sorry,
able to
man, give me a
convince
second.
yourself like a ace-10 suited with a backdoor flush could potentially call, but even that is like very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think that's why he made the big bet, though, right? Like, it takes those hands out of the equation, where if he were to, say, B25 or bet 30% on the flop, those hands now can float and bluff. But when you make such a big bet on the flop, you kind of fold out all of those hands.
Exactly.
One thing I don't like, though, is doing that add-up position, because there's no way for him to get that free card on the turn.
Right.
I just don't think
to,
you
to
have it.
force himself
That's
to
the
get
problem.
that, to guarantee that free card on the
I
turn.
just don't think you have anything there. I think you have
And he
ace
just
king,
doesn't
ace
believe
queen,
him.
ace 10. You're making a move on me. I think you would have re-raised me on the flop, seen any pair. You would have jammed on me.
He's trying to talk himself into a hero call.
Yep. And he still has 41.5 million behind. It's not like he had. Oh, he makes the call.
Wow.
I need a 4. Ah, nice hand, man.
He did not pick up on the strength coming out of Jonathan.
No.
Nice
And I
hand.
get
I
he
didn't
didn't
expect you to
believe he
shove.
had
I
a
didn't think
jack,
you'd
right?
shove
He
with
didn't
it
think
on.
that Jonathan would jam the jack there.
Just check there.
But I still just don't think there was any bluffs that he was
Four for
beating
the
at
one
that
time.
point. He still has 2 outs. We've seen crazier things.
6-5-4.
But if this holds, Jonathan will be the big,
time.
overwhelming chip leader.
It does.
Doesn't find the 4.
The queen will send Andrew Nauth to the rail in 7th for, I believe, 25,000 and change
Thanks,
here.
man. Yeah.
Still a very nice
Yes.
payday.
Yeah, good game to Andrew.
Very well. And Michael and Tin, very happy to get that ladder.
Those are the two happiest people. Well, I guess Jonathan's probably the happiest person at the table because he just went up over 200 million in chips. Shortly after is going to be Michael and Tin, who both scoop up an extra $10,000 minimum.
Yep.
Where I believe our next pay jump is up to 35 grand.
Nice hand.
Yeah, look at that smile from Michael. He's quite relieved. Yeah,
I think red's your color, man. Definitely red's definitely your color.
I don't even need a pocket
But
pair.
even guys like Dan and Brendan, right? Like that's
His mom
that
told
middle
me
stacks
Reg is
that
that
you have
color.
to
Your mom
just kind
said
of
Reg's
wait
your color?
around for your cards. They get to pick up a
actually,
ladder.
you know why
There's
what
still
is?
2 short
You know,
stacks.
Tiger Woods used to do that back in the day.
I mean, top 3
On
pays
Sundays.
really well in this,
Championship
and Dan and
round.
Brendan, they're right there in 3rd and 4th.
He always used to wear red.
So this is going to be very interesting
in
to
the
see how much
championship
pressure
mode.
Jonathan
Let's wear
and
some
Thomas
red.
put on. I expect Jonathan to be raising a ton of
That was my
hands
mindset.
as
I
we
like
go
Tiger
here.
Woods. I love
We've already
I used
seen
to
him
go
willing to
for
mix
Yeah.
it up, so I don't think we're going
My
to see him
image might not
slowing
give
down
up.
by
I
any
know,
stretch.
No, but he hasn't really gone
Right.
out of
Appearance,
line
but yeah.
yet with his
Now.
opens, right?
He's had a couple early positions, like the 9-8 suited,
Sure.
and
But yeah.
But I think we're going to start seeing him
It's
open
working.
hands like 9-5
It's working.
suited or
you know,
Jack 9 off.
I was going to say like the King 6, King
Yeah.
4s.
Final
His
6.
range is going to get really wide.
I mean, it was
Give me
just
something.
in having Michael and Tin on his right. If the play gets past
snap, I
Michael
gotta
and
put
Tin,
it
he
in.
can be
Okay,
any
never
2.
mind.
Correct.
Pause.
He can be
Anybody heard
any
that?
2 in the deck. So he's going to
He's
have
going to put
half.
all the pressure on him. I'm actually
I fold.
surprised he folded that. I wouldn't have been surprised to see him open right away now
Well,
that he has the chips.
We've got
thought the
10,
seat was
10
gonna
in the
help
big
you,
blind.
Okay, yes.
And Michael on the button. We have just a big blind, only this hand. So I would think he's going to be a little bit careful about doing that with no high card value, with the blinds at that 6 or 7 big range.
Yep.
Yeah, I think any king or maybe even most queens are probably going to open, though. I agree with that.
Yeah.
See, this is where Michael's really thinking about it. And this is, Michael, you've been so patient all day. This is the time you rip this. Obviously, we can see that Tin's not calling, but you're ahead of the deck. Like, you've now, with your jack, you're ahead of
I've been looking at
Tin's
the car.
range. Get that jack in there.
such-
It's so tough to pull
It's
the
so,
trigger.
I mean, he's just so
Haven't looked
upset
at
that he
it?
pulled the
I
Jack 3 off, right?
Yeah.
Like he's probably
Like Jack
raising
6,
like
you can
60,
probably-
60, 70% of the
was
deck
good.
there.
Yeah.
That's just really
Second
on
one was
the
a
cusp
3.
of, you just don't want to get it in
King 3?
that bad there.
You don't want him to call off Jack 8 and just be like, why the
Right.
Jack 3?
And now he has the button still, right?
Yep.
He's got a few free hands here. 10 is still super short stacked.
I'm so excited
There
right
is
now.
a 10K pay jump next,
Big
right?
blind
There's a
is,
lot that goes into
0.5,
it. So tough laydown, frustrating laydown, but Michael's been making the right decisions today with these difficult hands.
Oh, I want that jack going in right there.
Position.
If I see
You know what I
paint
mean?
right there and I'm dead
He
level
did that
with
with
10,
fours.
I'm
Okay.
sending it.
2 folds, 3 folds.
Now this
Oh.
Okay, so I thought that was Jonathan for a quick second. Just as we were getting through, I only saw the B next to it. All right, this is getting in for 10, obviously. But I was about to say I like the shove from Dan because it takes away Jonathan's ability to blast him off the hand.
Good luck, out of trouble.
But just runs into it with Tin here. Tin looking very in a good position to double up.
Oh,
needs to dodge.
Coolerifics. Stay out of trouble.
Coolerifics. You ever heard of Coolerifics?
Come on, no 10. Come on.
That's a clean flop for Tin. No backdoor flush or straights.
Ooh.
2 outs to the river here for the double for Tin. And there it is.
Nice hand.
Up to 40 mil.
Oh, finally.
Dan
Good
shifting
hand.
down to the short stack duties now with Michael.
You can hear the relief in Tin's voice there. I don't think we've heard much from him today, and it's just like the sigh, like the thank you.
Yeah, even in a spot like that where you have the overpair, it's always a sweat.
Yep.
You know 20% of the time here.
But now he's back. He's into third in chips, which we've talked about the ladders. We talked about the pay jumps. You know, if he can hold serve and just kind of stay in that spot, that's a huge chip up, a huge difference in what the payout could potentially be. And now Dan, under 9 bigs himself, you know, back right in firmly in the danger zone.
You was going to say that. That's why I said, no, I can't afford it.
You beat me to it.
Again, we have a few more shoves, a few more potential knockouts or double ups to get through before we would have enough consolidation in the chips to get a little bit more play. But, you know, we're going to see a lot of these shoves. We've got a lot of very, very short stacks.
DJ Scratch.
And it's just going to be, you know, this is part of the tournament. You got to pick up some cards. You've got to make hands.
So wait, you still got to do that every time,
Michael.
Oh, that's
speaking of
all that patience.
Yeah, gets rewarded for finding
and now he's sigh. I'm the shortest stack here. I've been waiting this long. Fine, I guess I'll shove it in.
Another tough decision.
We could just not use that reader.
Yeah, once we probably
Don't fall asleep there, Michael. Are those eyes even open? Oh, there he is. Okay, I guess.
Oh, he goes tricky.
In open.
I don't hate it because the big blind is not Jonathan, but just shove it in.
Stairs are
just shove it.
Eventually, it's chilly.
Great. What is he off?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math.
6.5 bigs, almost 7 bigs.
not gonna matter.
No, it doesn't matter here.
7 deuce game.
The timing is just bad.
But he has no
Seven deuce
raise
game.
fold
Button
there
is good.
anyway. It's pretty much an all in no matter what there.
Yeah.
But
all you're doing is giving, say, Jonathan in the small blind wakes up with a 9-8 suited that he's not calling. You know, 9-7 suited, he might just say, well, I'll throw in a big and a half.
Well, I think that's the point as well, right? Like, he doesn't mind letting those hands come in. He can get a piece, and then he gets a double up from a hand that he wouldn't normally get a double up if he just jammed.
Sure.
So I think letting the hands in with smaller equity is fine there, and that's kind of what Michael was probably hoping for. I guess John will call with 9-8. Flop comes 9-4 deuce. Now he gets a full double up.
Yeah, even a worse flop like that, you know, he hits any pair and he has so little behind. It's like you have the equity for like a backdoor straight even. It's there.
Especially with all those chips.
We got the one click. Now what do we got? He's going to do some math here.
Got about 9 big blinds.
I like the fold. Jonathan can just go all in with any 2 cards.
Fold.
One fold.
Gets the job done.
Oh, now I see that chain, the big spade chain. That's unbelievable.
Hi, my name is.
That with the bucket hat is a great combo.
My name is Chicka Chicka Chicka.
And I don't think Jonathan's going to get a little bit more quiet now that he has more chips.
Oh, he's got talking chips for sure.
He's having fun. I mean, what's better than this, right? 200 million chips, final table, 190K up top.
Got every damn chip.
It feels like we've been here like 4 months.
I mean, some quick math. He's got just about half the chips on the table.
Wow. That's quite rare with 6 left.
Yeah. Michael with another interesting decision under the gun here. Yeah, he's been put in the blender today.
I think that's a good fold into the big stack and the big blind.
I agree. Especially with Dan still sitting with only 6 big blinds.
Yeah.
Interesting, John not opening the king 9 with that spot.
Surprising.
From the cutoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably be opening that, but I can kind of see where his frame of mind is, not wanting to clash with the other big chip leader. We've seen him take a few decisions similar to that so far.
Yeah, I think we answered the question of if he's going to open the range dramatically, and the answer is no, right? Like he's still going to be raising, but he's not going to be raising 70% of hands at this point.
Yeah,
I think we're looking at. I think he's looking at his button is anything close to anything, especially with current chip distribution. But
yeah, I mean he wants to stay away from Thomas as much as possible. But the thing here is Thomas wants to stay away from him
even more,
much more than Jonathan wants to stay away from Thomas. But we're going to see him obviously open the 7s here.
8 raises to
Fold.
7,500,000. 1 folds. 2 folds.
Jonathan going a bit bigger in the opening size. I mean, he's been doing this size a decent amount. But
yeah, the 3x.
Kind of really makes it so
Ready?
Michael can't just call like a...
No. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Yeah, it just puts a lot of pressure on the big blind where Michael would be normally okay defending pretty wide there, being the second shortest stack and almost really the shortest stack. But when it's a 3x, it just takes that off the table. You just got to play a little bit more snug.
I would have been donating
got the
to
chips
you.
to do it. Why not, right?
Damn.
Yeah, absolutely.
That bad, huh? I guess we'll know on the live stream.
It was bad.
They talking about the open off of 6 big blinds?
I didn't catch the beginning of
7.5.
Raised to 7.5.
And the blinds did go up, so it's 3 million big blind now. So he's going 2.5 at this point.
Gotcha.
3 folds. 4 folds.
You ready? You're not ready neither?
You ready?
Let's go,
Quick
baby.
fold with the ace-8.
Yeah, not wanting to battle.
No.
Yeah, King Jack is
I mean, Tin at this point is
King
30
Jack is
chips
good.
with 34 million.
Yeah, that's pretty absurd.
It's
King
pretty
Jack was
crazy.
good that
So
hand, too.
he's not going to want to clash with Jonathan with a mediocre hand.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. The middle stacks are like 15 big blinds.
Yeah, it's not even, right? We have Jonathan with heaps, Thomas with 33 bigs, and then
Yeah, it's
Tin
10.
and 11 big blinds in 3rd place.
Unreal.
And that's why we should just see Jonathan going ham here.
All right, D-side dealers, standing around players, 15-minute break.
Sound effects.
Slim Shady.
Part of the race-off. You can watch the race-off if you really players involved on the chips. We do need all players.
Some nice hoodies going on in these two guys, Michael and Thomas.
Yeah,
We'll call you back.
Relatively similar. I like the style.
the textured, the waffle hoodie there.
if it was a friend of mine, I would be making fun of them. But it's not out of actually not liking it. It's just wanting to make fun of the people that I know.
So gangster. I like the first one.
I've
First
grown
one
to
was
know
really
and love
good,
over
but
the years. I don't know either of those contestants personally,
You went
more
to-
than just getting the
I have to fold that.
pronunciations of their
I just have to
names.
fold that.
So I will spare them the
Like a
jabs.
gangster. You already know.
And Michael shows the ace.
2 life card.
I assume it was the ace.
Yeah.
I hope it
didn't
was
like
five.
that.
Good gangster if he just showed the 5 though.
2 Live Crew back in the day, they were crazy though. Yeah, my man shook his head. Come on, baby, kick nothing. No, that's not 2 Live Crew.
Nobody else had it.
That most certainly was not 2 Live Crew.
Jonathan,
That's
he lost
Du-
Nicky. He lost his talking
something
buddy.
Yeah, I know. Nobody else
He
willing
has
to
nobody
talk.
at this table to talk to now. But it's not going to stop him.
Oh, it's
I
certainly
think
not.
Brendan's engaged him a little bit here, but he's on the opposite side of the table, so it's a little bit tougher. You're talking across everybody as opposed to looking to the person next to
help me
you,
out.
and
Right.
you got to get past that annoying, pesky dealer.
And a painful fold from Brendan with the 3s there under the gun off 9 bigs.
3 raised.
Yeah, that seems like a good fold.
I agree.
Thomas gonna raise the King Jack.
He's so horny. Yeah, that's a 2 Live Crew.
Interesting spot again from Michael.
Me so
I think he's just
horny.
gonna lay it
Yup,
down, though, yeah.
That's 2 Live Crew. We love you.
Pretty
long
cards,
time.
Certainly. Definitely a good fold, though.
Agreed.
I've been very, very impressed with the discipline from Michael.
I have as well.
The word discipline feels weird for me to say, considering who I am as a person. But I feel like it's one of the most common things that I say talking about how a person's approaching the final table. And I can't tell you how many different times we've looked at Michael's hole cards and been like, oh, you can get yourself in trouble with this one. Oh, you can get yourself in trouble with this one. Oh, he's got a decision to make here. He shouldn't do this. Let's see if he can, navigate and make what we would say is the correct decision. And he's been spot on the entire day. It's been very impressive to see him fighting his own pains. You can see the pain in the, like I said, in the posture. You can see kind of the frustration seeping in and fighting his own pain.
The cutest couple ever.
The best poker players, right? We take the game one hand at a time, and every decision he's made the right one. And
they're awesome.
It's just
people.
It might be frustrating, but it's the right thing to do, and that's what you have to do in these situations.
Dan defends his big blind, leaves himself just over 2 bigs behind, and rips the flop. It's not going to get Tom off of this, so he is behind and at risk. Needs a queen or a 6 to stay alive. Otherwise, Dan will be our 6th place finisher.
Not after the flop. Still 2 live card. Ahead, though. Oh, no, queen 6 is 2 live card. Yeah, queen 6, 2 live card.
Yeah, I got to play that. I mean, I got 10 million left. I got to try.
Queen.
Try he does. He's going to need a queen or a 6 here.
Queen only with the jack on the turn.
Yes, that.
4 on the river will send Dan Weaver to the rail in 6th place. Very well played. Should be just shy of $35,000 for a 6th place finish here. Not bad in a $400 entry tournament.
It's a lot of buy-ins.
What?
Yeah. Believe me, I imagine you could get to that many of them in one tournament.
If there's one to do it, it's the Almighty. But look at this chip count.
What was it, 6 million?
Yeah.
We still have 3 guys under 11 big blinds.
There was
2 bigs?
John Kim sitting on 70 bigs, 210 million, must be loving life.
Oh, there's no better feeling.
Handsome Tom Cullis, his words, not mine. Sitting on about 40 bigs, also in a fantastic spot to score, to take home what I'm going to assume is a lifetime high score. I've not done the research on that one.
Yeah, I believe the win for anybody would have been
I could never tell the difference.
That's my assumptions.
That betting
when we get to the 190, 200,000, and it's not some of the names that we may or may know from.
Yeah, I think closest Nikki P has like 185,000 score. So even this would have been number 1 score for him. But Jonathan just opened rips.
Yeah, it was one big blind only there in that hand.
You just brought me good luck.
Jack 9 against the small stack, more than enough to send it. 9-4, obviously not enough for Brennan to squeeze those last few chips in. Oh, I was off. I had my chip counts or payouts off from the bumps. It is 4-7. The next one's 10.
Okay.
But I had the starting point off from when we had the 9th on there. So then
4-7.
Next one should be 10.
Hitting ways are always
up. Makes sense.
Gotcha. Yeah, pretty big jumps coming in then. 3 eliminations. 3 short stacks. That's a ton of money.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I got him.
Got it.
Ace.
I got you.
4 folds.
Fold.
6 folds.
You didn't think too much, but it was still painful folding there.
8 million.
8 makes 8 million.
2 folds.
Chicka.
2 folds.
Brendan having some fun as well. It would be a little bit more talkative, I think, if we had Brendan and John on the same side of the table.
Brendan happy just to get all the ladders recently.
Right.
He was in the short stack, medium stack. Couldn't really do much to start the final table, so getting these ladders is a lot.
Buying his time. And Thomas defending the 9-7 off here. And now we have a flop.
That's a fun flop. We're going to get some chips in here. Not sure how many we'll get in, but we'll get some.
Yeah, 2 big stacks colliding. This could be interesting. The other 3 watching this hand, hoping for fireworks, I'll tell you that.
Oh, man. I've been in the spot where you've had the chip lead and you get that knockout like in this 4th, 5th from the 2nd place stack, and it just goes to that overwhelming chip lead. You can almost coast to the finish line. And I've been in the spot where you've been the short stack and you've watched that happen. You go from, oh man, I've got 2, maybe 3 people to get through, to holy cow, there's only one person with all the
35?
chips, and it's just I gotta get one double, get ahead of these other short stacks.
Wow.
What's with the check raise?
Putting on the moves. I mean, the defend already signals that he's willing to battle against the chip leader, and this further cements
Jonathan
that.
rips.
What do I have left here?
Wow.
It's 70 million left, Thomas. You don't need to do this.
This is tough. I mean, this is kind of why check raising this hand might be a little bit difficult. It's like if you face something like this, you have a lot of equity, but
yeah, that's where
you don't want to call.
I wouldn't love the check raise here for exactly that reason, right? You have so much equity that you're going to get paid off if he has a big hand, but you have to see the next couple of cards to get there.
Right, like check
Folding
raising
here is just really, obviously I think you have to fold here. I don't think it's much of a decision, but you just don't want to put in that many chips and not see your equity, especially when you have 3 shorter stacks. This is just a painful spot for Thomas. I would assume he has to fold here, but we've seen crazier things happen. So who knows? He still has almost 40% equity.
Yeah, that's the disgusting part, having that much equity, but also seeing so many short stacks where you could just sit out for a little bit and make so much money.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Close to $100,000 if you just didn't play a hand and John knocked out the 3 short stacks.
Yeah, Thomas regretting that check raise right now. He wants to see a turn card.
Yeah.
But you still have almost 30 bigs left, Tom. Even feeling like you may have punted away some of your stack.
Not only 30 bigs, but the overwhelmingly second place chip stack as well.
The biggest problem with considering a call here, in my opinion, is if I've got Jack 9 and I'm John, I'm doing the same thing. And now you're in a world like you're losing outs and you're not drawing your.
Yeah, I mean Jonathan could put all the pressure on here.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's obviously doing it with the hand that is dominating, not even dominating, but beating Thomas at this point.
Yep.
But it really doesn't even matter too much what Jonathan's cards are, and the fact that Thomas has to have an insanely strong hand to call, because losing in second place here is just devastating for Thomas.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of why you would prefer to check raise this flop with something like a Jack 7, where when you face this jam, you can pretty comfortably fold it, but once you face the jam with the open ender, it's gross.
Yeah, it was just too strong of a hand, too much equity to put more chips. And I get his thought process of trying to take it down, thinking that Jonathan might have air and trying to be just super aggressive as the chip leader. But this is what happens when you get your hand caught in the cookie jar. But he is pained. I would have thought he would have folded this by now.
Yeah, it's enticing to think, if I win this hand, I'm the overwhelming chip leader. I can be the boss of the
Flip
table.
spots.
Sure.
They would almost, not exactly, but very close, almost completely flip position.
Right.
When thinking about equity too, like his 9 and 7 probably aren't good outs on this board. There's no flush draw. There's only a limited amount of straight draws.
I call.
Wow.
Finds the call.
Drunk.
And they're going to be essentially
9-7 against Queen 10.
Damn near all of it.
This could almost be the tournament.
Queen 10.
I mean
10-10.
If Jonathan wins this pot, he has 80+% of the chips in play.
We might be done in 5 minutes
Yeah.
if he doesn't catch up here, Thomas.
Brendan, Michael, and Tin all rooting one-sided here.
Yeah, they're all thrilled for sure.
Boxing man.
Oh my God!
Oh. Like he knew it was coming.
Nice hand.
Live poker's rigged, I tell you.
Wow. Just drills it on the turn.
Holy. This is where
think it
if
was
you have a
69.5
rabbit cam and you
more.
see that and you pain fold that, you're just screaming
my.
into the void. I can't believe what I
plus,
just saw. I
plus, whatever that is.
genuinely cannot believe
I mean,
what
the
I just
table
saw.
looks shocked too.
I think they're disappointed.
Yeah,
they all thought
disappointed
they
is
had
the
the ladder
first.
locked up in another 10,000, and now all of a sudden they're back where they were. Like you said, these stacks have just flipped. Thomas now with 230 million, Jonathan with 100 million,
104.5.
and 3 guys with 11 big blinds or less.
Thomas looks
Nice hand, man.
relieved,
All right.
but still
Wow.
stressed somehow.
I genuinely cannot believe what we just saw.
Yeah, just
But handsome Tom Cullis now sitting on 230 million chips, 77 big
no
blinds.
gamble, no future.
Again, overwhelming chip lead.
That's what he did. He gambled.
With
and he got paid.
Three stacks
so
three stacks, 11 bigs or less. And you know, he came to gamble. He came to play his game, and you know, he had 40%. You were saying he still had 40% equity. He got there. He got one of the cards that he needed, and
we're still in it. I owe you one now.
He went for the win, that's for sure. And now he has the chips to do it.
I definitely owe you one.
I don't think his friends will let him complain about bad beats anytime soon.
No, I think that, I think he got the one time for the decade on that 6 on the turn. But holy.
Well, man, we said it, Jonathan and Tim. They had no problem battling against each other. It almost felt like this was destiny at some point for them to clash in such a big pot.
Just runs like God sometimes.
Crazy 10, Michael, Brendan, all just sitting on the sidelines watching that happen, all hoping for a ladder and don't get it.
Yeah.
John took that pretty well too, though. I mean, he still has 100 million in chips. He's got 35 bigs, and if you've got someone willing to put in your tournament life with 3 short stacks on an open end like that, he must be feeling good about where he's at.
Sure.
But he now has an uphill battle to climb because Tom has over half the chips in play.
He canceled the Corona order as well.
Did he?
He did. I just heard him say, no Corona, no Coronas.
He's got to lock in.
He's got to go for something a little harder after that kind of hit.
I think there would have been a few rounds of him coming if he would have held on that hand, though.
Yeah.
I would have been running out to grab one of those.
Nope.
No scratching that time.
Suited here. And Michael
no scratching that time. Good luck, Olin.
What does Thomas have in the small blind here?
18.
But it looks like he's probably going to get called
by
Michael either way here if Thomas gets out of the way. But Thomas calls.
No, the all-in.
Come on.
6 big blinds. I think King 10 would have been a call.
Yeah, I think so too, but obviously an easy snap fold once Thomas makes
King
the call.
9 against King 7. King 9 against King 7.
Michael's devastated. Look at his face.
King 9, King 16. No, I smoke. I don't drink.
Sometimes when you make all the right decisions, it's still the wrong one.
He's getting pained.
Yes. He could have had a triple up and a ladder.
No, not me.
Obviously, a good fold once the small blind calls, but.
And now he sees Thomas dominated by Brendan, not what he wants to see as the short stack.
Yeah.
And there's his 10. There's his 10.
Jack for the lockup. Huh? It said Jack for the lockup. No stress.
Case Kings. That brings in a bunch of chop outs.
Yep. Got chop outs. 7.
Oh. 7 on the river is going to send
brother man
Brendan Wiley
brother.
to the rail in 5th place for what should be, I believe,
you don't do it,
about 40,000, just under 40,000. I've been wrong on the ladder plenty of times today.
I would have folded if I knew you were going to call.
Oh, for sure. I believe it should be 39,000 and change. There it is.
Good game,
First
Brendan.
time for the day that I'm actually right on this. Very well done, Brendan Wiley. A fantastic run to 5th place here in
nice hand, man. Very nice hand.
Borgata Winter Poker Open's almighty kickoff.
9-7 and then King 7.
These guys have all locked up 58,000, so almost a $20,000 pay jump.
Pay jump. I've been screaming that every time. Yo, I was like, yo,
remaining payouts are 58,000, 88,000, 130, and then 190,000 up top. Still a lot to play for.
Michael Renna coming in one of the smaller stacks, still one of the smaller stacks, and just taking ladder after ladder after ladder and collecting tens of thousands of dollars in the process.
Buying his time.
Here comes John with the Jack 10. It says under the gun, but we're four-handed, so that's the cutoff as well. So not as wild for him to get in with the Jack 10 here as we're getting short-handed. And gets a suited I'm sorry. Yep, 10 has the 4 extra bigs ahead of Michael, so 10 the suited 8, King 8 does not defend.
Yeah, a lot of money for the next ladder if he can just survive one player at this point.
Yeah.
It's about to get expensive here. As we pan out, we see some of the crowd here. I see a few familiar faces in the crowd. John's rail,
Ricky.
not quite as boisterous as they would have been without the 6er in the company and Jack. But still, plenty to win, plenty to play for here. Queen Jack for Michael. We'll see if this is going to be enough for him facing the raise from the big stack.
Another one of those cuspy spots for him all day today.
Now we can see this. This would be a great spot for him to get it in.
Yep.
Yeah, I think not seeing the cards, it's a pretty good fold, but he finds it too.
But I'll go off the information that I have at hand, and I can see the cards, so I'm going to say that that was.
Listen, nobody better when they see the cards than you.
Go ahead and come back a couple of minutes early. 39 and 38.
And Thomas going to scoop in the pot and continue to grow his stack. He's up over 260
I never had an
million
audience
in
this
chips.
big in my life.
Kind of the opposite of that big
You know
hand
what
that we
I'm
saw with
saying?
Jonathan and
Kinda
Thomas.
feel special.
Jonathan folding
Feels good.
beat
I feel
6
special.
offsuit there from the big
You know what
blind
I'm saying?
defend where
All eyes on us.
he doesn't want to play
Running
against
good. Who'da
Thomas in
thought,
that
right?
situation. It seems like he's happy to fold the
Playing
hand,
for
move
six
on to the
figures?
next.
At the beautiful
You saw
Borgata?
how Thomas could have
What
gone
more can you ask
self.
for?
You are running good.
Like a dream come true.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody who busts is
Thomas
running
did
great
get
for you.
himself into trouble and,
You have to be.
clawed out of that real quick.
Go back to your poker
10
school
with
and
the
let them
king
know.
queen.
You know what I mean?
You've got to think that this is going to go, but considering this chip stacks, we don't know.
Oh,
Oh my.
It's going in one way or another, and we will see 5.
Will we? Does?
Morning.
Yep.
It's just too strong of a hand. Even with Michael with 6 big blinds behind,
Yeah.
you just have to do nothing but rip it there.
Tin's been patient. This is
Yep.
definitely the spot to take, but really unfortunate to run into it here.
Let's see Jonathan's acting
Oh.
skills.
Call.
I'd much rather have the king queen suited than an ace queen suited here in this spot, but
Oh.
Ace, ace.
we see one of the queens.
All in,
Oh,
all
see
in,
the pain
ace,
on
ace.
Tin's hand. That's one of the queens out that he may
Nice
need.
hand.
Ace, ace.
But plenty of straight, plenty of
Thank you.
flush options for Tin. I'm not rooting against John by any stretch, but Tin's been so patient. He's been playing, again, very solid, disciplined here. Several
clean
spots
dealer?
he could have taken.
Come on.
Always
That's
a start.
somewhat clean.
Start.
He is
Somewhat
one
clean.
queen short. I believe
No more though, right?
Tom folded queen 7.
No more, though, all right? We're only
Queen of clubs.
four-handed.
Yep.
Great
That king
out
or
at the top.
queen should not come out at this moment. Not at this moment.
The 10 is not going to do it. That's going to knock out
My man. Pleasure.
Tin Chen in
Sure.
4th place here for 58,000 and change.
These are getting to be juicy ladders at this point.
That's a $400 buy-in at the Borgata Winter Poker Open's almighty kickoff that has turned for 4th place for Tin Chan into $58,000.
Unbelievable.
free.
Great run, 10.
A heck
Now
of a
I'm free.
run.
You're free.
He did
You
the
don't
best he could
have
with
to
the
worry
cards
at
that he
all.
had today. Played really
Binding.
well. Got the double with the queens.
Oh, you're the big blind.
Kept himself out of trouble with a couple like
Yeah.
middle aces. I think he had an ace 7 or ace 8
He had an
suited,
ace 8.
facing some early position aggression and avoided potentially
chop
getting
even?
himself into some danger. And look
Well,
at
I
that.
think you
Look
deserve
at the
more than
ladder.
that,
Again,
don't
he was
you?
one of the smaller stacks coming in as
Fortunately,
well,
Yep.
and walks out here with nearly 60 grand for his efforts.
What a score.
Definitely a great result.
Now we have a nice little nice little gap here in the chips where we've got Tom Cullis, handsome Tom Cullis, if you will, at 255 million in chips. We've got John
say
Unk,
7?
John on 136 million, and Michael Renna here on 16.5 million.
22.
Ooh, I like this.
All right, players, you should be back in your seats now, Meow. We're getting ready to kick things off.
Punishing Jonathan right away. Michael with the tiny stack. You know he's going to be winning that ladder.
I mean, this is almost a spot I want to take if I'm him, because you've got 2 bigs in already, and you're getting more than 2 bigs from John.
And not only that, the pressure is off ICM-wise, right? Like, Michael's
Yeah.
just going to come in 3rd place
much is
a
it?
massive amount of time here. Anything you can do to spin up a stack that you can play is going to be important. Now, obviously, Thomas and Jonathan could battle it out, and he can get a ladder.
I mean,
We've seen it happen.
We've seen crazy.
So maybe I don't hate getting out of the way, but I agree. I think it's a spot, if you can find a triple there, all of a sudden you might be in the mix a little bit more.
If there's a flop that's going to get fireworks,
Wow.
we have the
ace
king
of
high
spades.
flush draw for John. We've got the ace of spades for Tom. Okay, that's going to keep it from
I
getting
thought the deuce
too
of spades
far.
was coming on the turn.
too far out of line, that's gonna keep it. 2 checks from Tom.
17.
Yep.
17 million.
Here comes John with 17 million.
Snap fold. John gets the better hand to fold. That's a big pot here. That gets them much closer to even at this point.
I feel like earlier we saw Jonathan kind of avoiding some of those clashing spots with the chip leader, but now he's not backing off.
Yep.
Three-handed, you have to play a bit looser ranges, although tiny stack still in the field.
Yeah,
Gotta
that
be
tiny
somewhat
stack
cautious.
always makes it very interesting because the last thing you want to do is get knocked out in second place here.
In third place here.
Third place.
Yes, with Michael on, what is that, 3.5 bigs? A little over 3, almost 4 bigs.
There's something.
Something in that range. That should be enough.
Yep.
Raise, we're up to 7 million.
All right.
He's
like, I don't have to think about it here. Wow.
No need to Hollywood here. When you have 3 big blinds, you're getting called by anything.
Now, this will be interesting to see what Jonathan does here.
40 million.
Just a clean ISO.
Yep. Thomas is going to get out of the way. We would think.
Flip
That's
City.
a pretty hand.
Jackson gets ace king. Flip, ace king.
But this is a classic flip, an ace king suited against pocket jacks.
Good luck, brother.
This is a triple up opportunity for Michael, though.
Yeah.
Keep it clean, William.
Get right back up to 10
keeping
big
it clean
blinds.
so far for the kid.
And the button.
And there's a king in the window.
Brutality.
Doesn't really change anything bringing in the flush draw, but throw in
And
the
you got
flush. Why
hearts
not?
too? Oh, Jesus Christ. Nice hand.
Thank you.
Ace secures the double for Michael Renna, as mentioned, up to about 30 million, about just over 10 big blinds, and because of the raise in the blinds and antes,
Glad it
a
wasn't
full
more, right?
triple up
Jeez.
for Michael Renna.
Yeah, not done battling yet.
Thank you, sir.
Nope. Never out of it. I actually really like these spots that Michael's in. The pressure's off. You know you're supposed to come in third place. And then you start to spin and you start getting that thought of, hey, maybe I can turn this around.
There's hope.
There's just no pressure. It's a really fun spot to be in. Anything besides third, he'd be thrilled. But now, Jonathan's got to be a little bit more cautious as well.
Hat. Yeah, I got a free
he does
hat.
not want to go out in third place here with Michael down to 10 big blinds. So it will be interesting to see if we get to a heads-up battle quick or if Michael can spin it and stay around here. He's picked his spots. It'll be interesting to see how this comes down.
I like these Borgata Poker Open hats sprinkled on the table as well. They look pretty nice.
A limp and a check as we go to the flop here. 2 big stacks without a whole lot going for them here. See if anyone decides to take a stab. Well, that'll be enough for Tom to put some money in.
I think that's going to end the hand right here.
Ooh, it's a bet. 7 million is the bet.
Near pot from John. Quick call out of Tom.
Yeah, a lot of quick actions being taken at this final table. I wonder if anyone's reading too much into that.
The ace doesn't scare me at all if I'm John. If I'm Tom, do you think that he's ever limp trapping with an ace and betting that when no one fires? You can see the facial expression from John. He's already annoyed beforehand.
No can do.
Saw him reaching for chips.
Yep.
That was a bluff.
No bluff.
But interesting, Thomas going for value on the river there with the 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been much more concerned about John having an ace than Tom having an ace there.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting bet because I don't know what you get called by that you get paid off there. Maybe a 4.
I don't think you're going to ever get a 10 to fold.
No.
You're going to get a 10 to call the chop.
Right.
An ace is going to call.
Yeah, it's
pretty thin amount of talent or amount of hands, like
Yeah.
pocket pairs maybe, but yeah, I don't know.
And I feel like the pocket pairs you might have heard from Jonathan on the flop with the 2 low cards as well. But maybe not. Maybe he's trying to stay away. But takes down the pot, Thomas, regardless.
Back up to 236 million, a little shy of his high water mark of a little over 260, I believe he had reached. And Michael, with the king 8 and 10 big blinds.
Seems like a good defend.
And that's what we're going to see.
Yep. And notice Jonathan going with the bigger sizing. He went to 8 million as well, almost 3x. Putting a little bit more pressure on Michael as the short stack.
Chips are going to get in here.
Yep. What a dream flop for Michael.
Michael flops top pair with the 8. Jonathan picks up plenty with the second pair with his 6. But Michael's certainly in the lead. We expect John. Yep, there it goes. All in, snap, call, and Michael 84% to double again. Needs to dodge 5 outs as we go. Unless is that queen? Was the Queen of Hearts fold? The Queen of Hearts was folded. I forgot. Tom had the Queen of Hearts. He had the Queen 7 off. So now just 4 outs to dodge for a double. And there it is. Michael Renna with another double. Up over 60 million in chips. Up over 20 big blinds. Jonathan takes a little hit down to 112 million. And we have a game now.
Yeah, right back into it. He was down to just 2-3 big blinds. And all of a sudden, he's contending.
Chip in a chair, right? He just kind of bided his time. Now he's here, 20 big blinds. One more double, he's into second place. We got a match.
We were down to Queen 10 versus the 9-7 hand, which would have given, if John had held, Jonathan Kim would have had like 85 to 90% of chips in play with 4 people left. 3 stacks under maybe 11 bigs. And now we're 3 people left, and the small stack is 20 bigs.
Yeah, for the first time in a long time, we can play some cards here with no real short stacks, right? Obviously, Michael only 20 big blinds, but 20 big blinds is heaps. He hasn't seen 20 big blinds all day.
I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know how his stack was going into the day, late in the day yesterday, but we may be talking a day and a half for him since he's seen 20 bigs. You know, this type of field plays really shallow a lot throughout the days unless you have this massive chip lead. So he may not have been at 20 bigs for
a long time.
And this is where it's going to get fun, because the Queen 9, Jack 10 open and defend was not something that we were seeing with 4 or 5 stacks at 6 to 12 bigs.
And certainly more room to play at this depth.
Yep.
John picking up the top pair.
Thomas C betting here. Jonathan thinking what he wants to do with top pair.
It's like a check call.
Yep.
Go.
Yeah, Michael has life, but you still want to be relatively conservative with what you want to check raise for value there, and maybe some of the better Jack X, but Jack 10, not really one you want to play for stacks for.
I think check call is perfect.
You're going to see a size up here. Looks like just shy of 20, maybe 16, 17 mil.
18 million.
18. I'm terrible at this.
You even gave yourself 2 guesses.
Call.
And like you said earlier, a lot of quick actions, and they've been strong, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing I do wonder if they've noticed.
It often feels a bit easier to find the call with your stronger hands than some of your weaker continues.
Wow, and look at this river card.
Pair of queens.
Thomas finds the queen on the
Try
river.
pair of 3s?
Queens.
Checked it back.
Check queens? Queens will work.
Wow.
Checked back the queen.
Smacks it on the river, and Tom up over $270 million.
Yeah, that one's interesting. I mean, the 9 of hearts he has in his hand, too, it interacts with a lot of the flush draws that would continue on the flop and the turn. I mean, kind of the same thing, though, right? Like, short stack, you don't really want to play for stacks with one pair. That's, like, kind of mediocre, but I don't know. It felt like he could have gotten some value there.
I would have liked to see Thomas go for something around the half pot right there.
Something cheeky
and
like that.
really just get Jonathan to get in the tank there. I mean, those chips are massive at this point. Jonathan now only 6 big blinds ahead of Michael. Yeah, feels a little bit like a missed opportunity on the river to get some more chips. but it seems like Thomas was just happy to hit his card and take it down.
Yeah, half pot would be kind of nice size, and given the snap action earlier in the streets, it might be a little bit less likely that he finds the bluff jam or something on the river.
Now, here's Michael with a hand that we saw him painfully folding earlier, and now he's three-handed on the button with 20 bigs. Let's see how Michael decides to play some of these, and we're going to see the open from him.
He gets the comfortably open now for the first time in a long time.
And it's not just aces. It's his only non-all-in open.
Yeah, aces off of 6 big blinds.
Thomas defends the big blind with the queen 6 and top pair for Michael. I expect we'll see a c-bet, take down, move on to the next.
Yep.
But what that would do is that would put Michael pretty much dead even with Jonathan, with John Kim here. John Kim, whatever. He gave us about 6 or 7 different nicknames. I've lost track of half of them. And a big size in here, it looks like, from Michael.
9.5 million.
Goes 2/3 pot, give or take. 9-5, just under 2/3 pot. 9-5 into 16.
Thomas giving him the stare down. Let's go, just looking for some info.
It's tough to have a hard-looking stare in a patterned hoodie. And when you've called yourself Handsome Tom.
Damn, you're hating on the pattern.
Is there any problem with me moving all the way over here?
I kind of like the hoodies.
I
might go out and get myself one after this.
I'm starting to feel more of a connection with them, so now I'm more inclined to open up talking about the hoodies, because it's not out of hatred, it's just out of messing with them.
Yeah, I got to figure out what brand that one Michael has is.
Lines, ladies and gentlemen.
If Michael makes his comeback, we might see a lot of those hoodies all around the Borgata later this week.
Yeah.
I do like how he put the hat on the table. Little extra branding for him.
I've had people on the side already reaching out to me saying, "Hey, get me one of those hats. Get me one of those hats."
Oh, I'll be looking for one later.
Just got to beat 4,000 people and make the final table, and you get one.
There you go.
Shout out to all the homies back.
Tom has moved around the table. I mean, with that, down to 3 people, there's no reason for them to be sitting right on top of each other. So he does slide down a little bit. Hasn't brought the rest of his chips with him just yet. He's leaving that over there as a show of intimidation for Michael.
Is he going with the 2 stacks of chips right now? Is that what he has?
That's
a complete
strong.
split stack?
That's very
Does
strong.
he get to play 2 hands?
That's wild.
He's playing
he just
multiple
left them
seats.
over there. He said, I'll use those if I need them, but I don't think I will.
I've got you covered with half of that. This is what covers you guys. Those are my backup chips.
Unbelievable.
9 million.
Love it. Oh, are we not going to get Thomas's cards because he changed seats as well?
Oh, it's going to take us a sec to pick up here.
But look
Big
at
shout
this.
out to Gorilla Gaming, though, for putting on the stream here. We can see
All
the
in?
action as we're going here. Here comes the rip. That's
See
going
a snap fold from Jonathan, but I'm surprised here. He opened the 8 deuce suited on the button.
Nice
here.
hand.
Yeah.
Just went really wide. Seen some inconsistent play from Jonathan. Sometimes he likes to be aggressive. Other times he's kind of passed on some spots.
I think we saw him not open a King 9
King 9
when he
with the
had the
huge
huge
chip
chip
lead.
lead.
You're
And,
forfeiting these to me.
I will be in a few hands.
and now
Let me
Tom
keep
is
them for a
moving
little while.
yet again.
I just want to say goodbye first.
And is he going to play 3 stacks is the question.
Well, Michael was asking if he leaves in there long enough if they get forfeited to him. So Michael, he's trying to find any way he can to get chips, and he's doing a good job
Just
today.
casually leans over and... Oh, wow. How
Just
did Michael
slides a
end up
couple
at
stacks.
140 million?
Thomas won't miss a stack of 1 million chips, will he?
Will he miss a stack of 100 million, though? He might.
What's the number?
Yeah, how much can he sneak away? 1 million is 1 chip.
Yeah, 1 million's a third of a big blind. Got to go for more.
If you get busted for trying to take 1 million, it is even worth it at this point. Back when you bagged your 1.3 or 1.5, then stealing your million is
Then
worth
it mattered.
Yeah, you got to go for the stack.
We'll see how. Again, he's got enough chips now. We'll see how he chooses to start to play some of these. This is connected, but not exactly something a lot of people like.
Looks like he's going to lay it down here.
Yep. One of the other things to keep in mind is we haven't brought this up. We are nearing the first and, as I can confidently say, almost assuredly only break of the day. We should have only a couple minutes left in the level before the players do go on a 15-minute break. So there may be a little bit of might need to use the bathroom or something like that, where it's just trying to get through these last couple minutes. There shouldn't be too many hands. We're only going to see maybe 2 or 3 more hands before the players go on break. So we'll see if we get any fireworks here and if that factors into any of their actual decisions, because they are going to be seeing the clock and know that that's coming up.
Hold it.
Wow. Jonathan just ripping here.
22 bigs.
Yep.
I don't hate it. If the chip distribution was a little bit different, then that's the kind of hand where you find yourself getting yourself into trouble, and it's almost a why am I doing this to myself?
Sure.
But with him and Michael being so close, it keeps Thomas from defending something like, yeah, he's got plenty of strength now.
Yep.
But he doesn't want to get blown off an ace if Thomas had woken up with King 10, King 9, and decided to rip over a limp or a small raise.
You just really want to fade the snap there
Yep.
if you're Jonathan, right? Once he thinks for a half a second, you feel a little bit better about it.
And I was going to say, he's in a very similar spot here.
Oh,
wow. And he's getting
call.
snapped. And he didn't fade the snap this time. I'm going to say
Exactly
a
what
very
we
similar
talked
spot
about.
with the deuces.
Michael with another 6 spot to potentially double up again.
This would take him to over 120 million chips.
Michael needs to dodge 2 of spades or 2 of clubs. And that's a red flop for him is fantastic. He's just looking for any red cards. Throw any red cards you have at the deck out there. Michael is now 1 card away, needs to dodge 2 deuces from another full double up. And he does. The jack on the river will not help John. Michael up to 122 million. John down to 4 big blinds going into the break. That's the last hand before the
Nice
break.
hand, sir. Wow, wake up.
John completely crippled. The blinds will be coming up as we come back. And John's going to be sitting down with, I believe, only 3 big blinds.
Don't count him out, though. Michael was at 3 big blinds at one point, too. So he's always going back.
Certainly not out of it. As we head into break here, let me just make sure that we're heading into break. I believe this was the last hand. We're going to head to break in just a moment, making sure that there's nothing unexpected happening from the action. But I believe the graphic has the numbers right, so we'll be heading into break here, as you can see. Tom Cullis on 68 big blinds, 272 million chips. Michael Renna has spun all the way up to 31 bigs at 122 million, and John Kim coming back to 3.1 bigs, just over 12 million after losing with the deuces to Michael Renna's 10s there. We have Bob Merwald, who's been joining us with the first stretch, is going to step away. We'll have a new guest for the last likely stretch. I can't imagine we get to the other break. Bob, thank you so much for popping in and joining us for the start of this final table.
Of course. Thank you, guys. This was fun. Really enjoyed being in the booth. A lot of fun poker, a lot of cool hands here. And excited to watch the end here. Obviously, Jonathan only has 3 big blinds, but can he spin it up? If not, looking forward to a heads-up battle between Thomas and Michael. But thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. Lots of fun.
We've got some more streams coming up throughout the Borgata Winter Poker Open. Hopefully we'll see you on the tables for one of the upcoming final tables. Thanks again.
Sir.
We'll be back after this 15-minute break with the almighty million kickoff for the Borgata Winter Poker Open.
Dude, that guy had like 200 million chips when I watched last.
Hello and welcome back to the 2026 Borgata Winter Poker Open. We are at the final table of the Almighty Million, a $400 buy-in, $1 million guaranteed tournament. We have 3 people left at our table. We can see Tom Cullis with 276 million in chips, Michael Renna with 122 million in chips, and Jonathan Kim, John Unk, and plenty of other nicknames with just over 10 million in chips after a last hand right before the break. I am Matt McNeil, also known as the Whitesmith, and with David Two Flame Kinane, and we have a new guest for likely the wrap-up of the tournament here. I have Aubrey Williams with us. Aubrey is on the final table tomorrow night of the hybrid. She's chip leading the hybrid as we head into that stream tomorrow. But before we get to that, we're going to hang out here and catch the rest of the almighty final table. Aubrey, welcome in. Thanks for popping by.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Good luck.
Good to have you in here, especially before that big FT tomorrow. You excited for that one?
Please give me something
Yeah,
good.
like, because usually it's weird having such a long time between tournaments. Like, sometimes there's like
8 million
days for online tournaments, you know, but waiting like 3 days, you're like,
Right, yeah.
a lot of anticipation.
A little antsy.
So you came down a day early. Are you going to be playing anything before tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to hop in 600 tonight.
Nice.
After this.
And as we return to the action here, we
If
see
you fold, I might bust him and you'd ladder up.
Thomas Reyes,
that's what it is?
Michael Call, and Jonathan all in for his
You still can.
$6.5 million. Looks like we're going to have a 3-way going to the flop. Jonathan is very live with the Jack 10.
You guys on the outside.
Got both flush draws.
Kind of funny to hear Thomas talk about calling and trying to knock him out together.
And the Jack on the flop puts Jonathan in the lead. Thomas is going to bet here, which is interesting because Michael has a gut shot.
Yeah, if you're Michael, you're just like really annoyed seeing this. Like, can't we just check it down, knock him out?
Yeah, I understand why Thomas wants to. I think there was a tiny little side pot. I understand Thomas wants to be the one to win the pots. He's got the chip lead and he can continue to put pressure, but this doesn't seem to be the spot for that.
I mean, Jonathan wins is kind of good for Thomas. Though. You can just blind them both down more. Not the worst thing for him.
Certainly. And we've seen Michael throughout the day today.
I mean, if he folds the 4, it's definitely.
We've seen Michael be put in kind of weird spots all day today, and he's made the right decision basically every time. Basically every decision he's made has been spot on today. So we'll see what he decides to do here. He is going to call, so I'm going to guess no 4 then. Like that's the rules, right? If he folds,
yeah,
the 4 comes. If he calls, no 4.
10, another 10.
Yeah, your 7 and 6 outs being potentially good as well. I can see why. Call's pretty enticing.
The king puts Thomas in front. Jonathan is now up against it.
Didn't even think about it.
But he does
Got a
have the club, so he picks up a bunch of extra outs with that king. Obviously, he would have liked to have not had to need it with having top pair, but you can see 14 outs. He's still a 33% chance to stay in the tournament here. He's going to need a jack of 10 or any club.
Let's go.
The club does it. John more than triples up.
2 bigs. 2 bigs.
Plus a large big blind ante.
Exactly.
2 bigs.
John back up to
2
almost
bigs,
24
2
million,
bigs,
up to
2
about
bigs.
6 bigs.
2 bigs.
He's got his talking chips back.
Now I
He
got
doesn't
4
need
bigs.
many chips to be talking.
6.
6.
Or 7, no.
7.
So when you're in a spot like
Keep
this,
going up,
Aubrey,
8.
obviously you want to be a 70 big blind.
3,
But
4 bigs.
are
Wait,
you
no.
are you more? You would prefer to be the 27 big blind over the 6, but are you more comfortable as the 6 or the 27 big blind in terms of how you want to play something? Because 6 you've got no option. 6 to 10 is pretty straightforward, but 27 is kind of a weird spot.
4 bigs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just fold a lot. You just like kind of cry about your hands.
Live
and
and
go, I
kicking,
guess I fold,"
fellas.
or like just play passively.
Yeah, give those mediocre hands a little hand funeral.
Yeah, you're like,
Send them away.
Seems to be something Michael is very familiar with today as well. We'll see how we go here. One more double from John, and we start to get back into the point where we have some fun.
Yeah, it looks like John has a lot of supporters in the chat too, so people are here to watch.
We have a suited king and a suited 10. We've seen Tom all day checking without blind versus blind. I'd be curious, if there's a 10 for Michael, I'd be curious if people are going to have picked up on that from the stream at all or have anyone passing along information. Because Thomas has not been betting without it very often at all.
Quick check back on the 10. Jack on the river. I wonder if the 10 can try to go for some value at all. He get called by...
For 4 million out there? He is going to get the call, I think, here. I think Tom's going to call him. He doesn't want to get. He doesn't want to get beat by like a 6-4 or something like that.
Yeah, one much happened with no. I got.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I got a limp pot. He can literally have anything.
I got blasted. I lost. Yeah. You know what I mean? What's that?
Yeah, I was gonna say getting called by ace high there seems unlikely, given that ace high would probably do something pre-flop.
Would have shown up differently.
Yeah. But king high is definitely. Yeah. King high definitely a target though for a value bet.
Some people are trying to get sneaky, maybe.
Nice little pot for Michael. In those spots where, again, like you just said, we're playing passively for a lot of this, given the chip distribution we would expect. Being able to get those, maybe that extra big blind or two in those kinds of pots could go a long way, a little bit down the line here.
All right. Call.
Unfortunate for Michael to run into a hand that dominates him.
Very interesting. We saw a similar spot with Michael and Tin when they were about even in stacks earlier. He laid down, he walked Tin with the Jack 3 when they were both under 20 million in chips. And here he rips the Jack deuce.
Yeah, I think that at that point it was closer to around maybe 6, 7 big blinds. Here, a little bit shallower.
Chop abilities.
Brings out a lot more chop possibilities here with the paired board. But that's going to end it right there. A double up for John, up to about 40 million.
It's also a lot easier to jam it when you got 5 times those chips versus when you have the same amount, It's a lot less scary.
Certainly.
Not at risk. Just losing a little bit. And I don't hate it. You wake up with the Jack, you're going to be ahead of his cards.
I'm counting.
Almost all the time. So he only had 4 or 5 bigs going into that.
I know, right? I
don't think I knew
they had that much neither. I'm like, wait a minute.
My hand wouldn't have been that bad.
Yeah, right? Yeah. We're still in it. We're still in it, fellas. Come on.
Even more talking chips.
The
more chips, the more talking. But even without that many, he's still going to be having a good time.
Chip in the chair, they said, fellas. Chip in the chair, right? That's what they always said. Chip in the chair.
What's the next pay jump?
The next pay jump was like 40, 20, 35, 40,000.
That sounds right. I think it was 58K to around that 90K region.
Yep, just shy of 100, and then like 130 and 190.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Maybe 85, 87, something in that general range.
Well,
we'll get the graphics up soon enough.
Michael with 10s, snap call.
Next hand, ace.
Jonathan all in and at risk again.
GG, sir.
The very early GG call trying to change the juju.
Playboy.
Throwing the emojis.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Well, if you're not going to be ahead on the flop, that's about as good of a flop as John could have asked for.
Sweaty.
As we can see, any ace, 4 or 5.
5. Let's go.
And a 5.
Let's go.
The wheel for John will double him back up to 86 million in chips.
I had 2
Michael,
bigs, yo.
Unfortunate
2 big
for
blinds.
him, back down to 3rd place in chips, but still on just shy of 15, about 14 and a half.
Yeah, now I got 27,000.
58 million.
Not 31.
Jonathan doing exactly what Michael did just earlier in this tournament. He was down to 3 big blinds, spun it back up. Jonathan doing the same. Been a battle here.
And just action after action after
Hanging
action since we've come
around,
back from the
hanging
break. We haven't
around.
even had to sit down and
Kid's got
had a chance to
alligator
sit down
blood.
and really talk. And
Can't get rid of him.
we turn around and it's just all in,
Not
call,
yet,
all
not
in,
yet.
call, all in, call.
Not like
Every
that.
hand.
Watch I go all in next hand and lose. Talking all that junk. Talking all that
Well,
then
at
I
the point
get
now where
my
they might
head
not just
split
jam every hand, but
to this
some people
falsetto.
If we can get a double up for Michael through Tom, then we're back to the point where we get play again, where we were just before the break.
it's both double up. They're all now they're all 40.
All in.
I was going to say, this is exactly the depth where he was ripping these hands before the break, where he ran the deuces into tens, and wanted to see if he would continue that same line.
Hot.
Yeah. Getting some momentum there.
Just shy of 100 million again for John. And 24 bigs. He was on, what, 10, 12 million coming out of the break? 12 and a half?
Mm-hmm. Under 3 big blinds.
Has he lost a hand since the break?
I think he's just...
One hand he folded and they played blind on blind.
Oh, okay. One hand he's lost. One hand. Slacker.
Yes,
right?
I did say 8. Just stop being able to count.
All right, heads up. Check.
Not much of anything for either person, but
6.
Looks like a very comfortable sweater.
that's okay. We were saying that earlier. We really liked, or me and Bomberwald really liked Michael and Thomas's sweaters, sweatshirts.
And I've got nothing against him. I just would like to give people grief for attire. It's one of my favorite things to do when we're in these spots. And I didn't know him well enough to start poking fun at them, but it does look very comfortable.
Despite that, though, I think Jonathan's the clear front runner for fit of the table.
The bucket hat, the spade chain, and the red tracksuit.
Can't really beat that.
That's I could not pull that
Yeah,
off
but look at
myself,
this hat. The hat placement. The hat placement for the trying to get the extra run good from Borgata.
I've certainly had people say, "Get me that hat. Can you get me that hat down there?" That looks to be a great hat. And we're gonna see Jonathan go all in again for that 20 bigs, give or take, that he has with these aces, and it's been consistent pairs, aces. He's been doing that, and I like the strategy. It's a little dangerous, obviously, with how big of a gap Thomas has with him, and it still would keep Thomas in the chip lead if he were to call and double him up. But he's keeping Thomas from really being able to bully him around at all. And Thomas doesn't want to call him light. He has no incentive to call John light. So you're playing with fire a little bit, and we saw with the deuces versus tens, it kind of come back to bite him earlier. But I really like the aggression we're getting here.
Yeah, 3-handed in live final tables. There's definitely more to fight for given the big blind ante compared to an online final table. So certainly becomes a viable strategy for those types of hands.
I mean, if he doubles up, if Jonathan doubles up, he's chip leader, right? No, barely.
I think after that last one, I think it would put him in the chip lead. I think going into that last one, he would have been just shy of Thomas.
Can't really call light either.
Yeah.
Check. Heads up.
Top pair for Michael. We'll see how he chooses to play this.
2 checks.
Top trips for Michael after having checked back the flop. We'll see again how he chooses to play this.
Hard to get value from 5 high.
Yeah, it's very hard. What was that? There was that one hand where I was like, someone bluffed like 5 high, like some celebrity that
That's
was
pretty good.
called
I mean,
like 7 high.
Think I was gonna get that.
Oh yeah, was
You know what I'm
that
talking
was that Kevin Hart? Was that a Kevin Hart clip?
Might have been like Tony Hawk or something. Right?
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Tony Hawk. I remember it was Maria Ho. Maybe he called 7 high versus
Yeah, like 5.
a river bet. Or yeah,
That's
something.
right.
Yeah, something absurd.
Did he know that he had 7 high?
I think he was just trying to give away his chips, you know.
And it just happened to be one of the nastiest calls you'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it was very serious, high level.
Michael with, what do we have, 13 bigs here in the king queen. All right, I wonder if that's a limp and deuce, or if he's actually not wanting, if he's not wanting to shove. Really good flop for him.
He was gonna flop top pair, you know.
Yeah, those spots are weird because it's not like you fold out any ace high. You fold out better kings.
We also saw him call like Jack 10 to the all in. So
Yeah.
like, he still got called by worse. And like, kind of let him see a free flop thing. Because like you've seen him, he's jamming ace X and pairs. Like I haven't seen him jam like queen 10. So like,
I forget how big it was, but earlier at this final table, Jonathan called queen jack suited, I believe, versus a jam from earlier position.
Versus Nikki P, where it was like mid position versus cutoff maybe, and Nikki P had the ace king, he had the queen jack, and it was maybe like 9 bigs.
Yeah, so definitely some willingness to flick it in with maybe lighter hands.
That's where I would want to get that king queen in if he's going to be calling it off.
Yeah.
You're going to have him dominated a lot more than if you were doing that with, than if it was potentially someone else.
Yeah, like a queen 10 suited too.
Ooh, the faded spade. Haven't seen those at Borgata in mad long. Remember it? Yeah.
I don't think I was around for those.
Yeah, they had a faded spade. Borgata used to carry faded spade a long time ago. I love those cards.
A long time ago. I don't think
Switched it up to
Michael
the
was playing the
Kopag.
Borgata back then, John.
I think I'm,
And we got the
I'm
jumbo
too young
wides.
to know what the faded spade
Not even
cards
the bridge
are.
style, bridge cards.
I don't think I could tell you what any casino specifically cards they use. I don't know.
Feels
Bicycle?
different, don't it?
It's not
They
something
usually use
that's
the
memorable.
2-color kind. I know that.
Yeah,
But I'm
I made
saying
a
in the
4-color
casino, they
comment
use bridge
earlier
cards,
today.
right? Trying to tell everybody.
Throwing myself
Not
off,
looking
having to
at me
do the
like I'm
double
crazy.
checks.
Like
But
these are
yeah, I
just
certainly
massive.
don't remember the specifics. Seems like John's been around these
Bridge
parts
cards.
quite a bit for quite a while.
And they don't fit in the what's the name anyway?
The only thing negative about seeing Michael play this well and last as far as he has at the final table is he hasn't been as outgoing and engaging with the other players at the table as some of the others. The only negative to Michael still being around is we don't have someone to dance and chirp with John over there.
I mean, they all got talking chips. They all got what, like 90K locked up? That's good enough talking chips, you know?
Yeah, it's
I'd
talking
be
money.
ecstatic. This is a fun one.
Pretty good amount of buy-ins, you know, for the $400 entry.
Yeah, not many places you can turn $400 into this much.
Got to do a quick double check. He's got the pair of threes versus the gut shot, and I had to double check if it was hearts or diamonds. The 4-color deck coming back into play.
Snap checks the queen 3 behind.
See if John finds a bluff here. Expect maybe with his sizings we've seen today, he could even go as high as like 16, 17 if he was going to bluff it, but
Pair of threes.
I think it would have worked too.
Yeah, it's not what you want to hear as John there.
Get jiggy. Couldn't get
Probably
jiggy
a
with
hand
it.
you can get him off.
You could
Just
see
couldn't get
him
jiggy
shaking
with
the
it.
head. And
That's my time. You got Billy back.
Thank
Oh,
you.
need a pair.
Billy's
Sorry,
back.
make a pair.
it is hard to make
Thank
a
you,
pair,
sir.
but that's not
He
exactly
had
the
a queen. He blocked the.
Block the nuts.
Yeah. Maybe turned into a bluff.
Damn, we're just throwing the 9th place on the board instead of
Yeah,
Dan McGinnis.
That's what threw me off all day through the 9th place. Did not make the stream table. You know, a terrible
it's
pool
not the bridge
player.
cards, no.
Old man Dan.
Jumbo wides.
Don't even want to give him his name. Don't even want to shout him out who made the final day.
You're doing him dirty.
But we'll give him a few shout outs. You know, he's old, ugly, and terrible at pool.
He's been wanting to give me the smoke in some pool, but
12.
he's been dodging.
He just bought a pool table.
Yeah, he told me that.
Yeah.
I'll have to go visit. I think it was a 9-foot table too, which is a pretty nice one.
He was asking if it looked dumb to get it engraved, and I just said whatever you do is going to look dumb. But no, it looked like a very nice pool table. And from what I've heard, he was a very, very good above
now he's
average.
raising the 6-2 off on the button. No, we're not bluffing.
Yeah, wow.
6-2 off.
Oh no, okay, that was a graphics error.
Graphics error.
I was going to be very shocked.
Thomas with the king 4 3x from the small blind. I like that from him though. We've seen him limping a lot of the really, really weaker stuff, but I like seeing him come in with the raises there.
My bad.
We haven't seen a huge amount of that type of aggression. We've seen aggression from Tom throughout the day, but that's a different type of aggression that he really hasn't shown a huge amount of.
Blind level?
We're at 2 million, 4 million. The 4 million big blind ante. And Tom's sitting on 281 million in chips. How much fun would it be to? Oh, how much do you have? 281 million chips.
That feels like a number you only see like in the main event. You're like,
I think at the super main event in the Bahamas just a few weeks ago, I believe at the final table at one point somebody had 1 billion chips. It's
a billion?
A cool sight to see.
That just seems unnecessary.
Yeah, to be fair, it's 500K starting stack, I believe, for that tournament, so a bit easier to reach because I think this was 100K starting stack.
Yeah, I believe so.
On it.
Right on brand, Jonathan with the ace, putting the pressure on. Michael getting out of the way. Michael down to 12 bigs here as he heads to his button. So Aubrey, could you pull off the bucket hat and chain, spade chain look?
Probably not.
Yeah, we need to start brainstorming some fit ideas for you at the final table tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why too much thinking already into that. You know, that's like.
I'm curious to see and to make fun of whatever.
I got my Kate Spade back.
Nice.
All right.
I don't know what that means, but
Yeah, it's a brand.
Jonathan is gonna be all in and at risk here, almost assuredly. This is a lot stronger than the weak aces, but this is gonna be all in and called. Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, he
Jonathan.
that.
Ace Jack against Ace King.
So we have a suited Ace
Come on,
Jack
Billy,
for
find
John
me,
and we have the Ace King off for Tom.
I got
Handsome
clubs,
Tom, if you will. His words, not
Come on,
mine.
man. You ain't lying.
Michael
That's
over.
right?
Say that on the sheet.
No, I went up to get their pronunciations beforehand, and that was the
Chop outs?
that was one of the jokes. We were having some fun before. But yeah, a paired flop brings in some more options here. So now John needs a 3 or a 5 to chop, a jack to double up, or else he will be out in third.
GG's, guys.
9 of
game,
hearts
guys.
does not do that for John. Fantastic showing for Jonathan Kim here. Getting third in the Borgata Winter Poker Opens Almighty Kickoff.
Okay.
For just shy, it ended up being just shy of $100,000, which is fantastic for a $400 buy-in.
Yeah.
That's a lot of chimichangas.
Great score.
I'm
Good
very
game,
hungry, by the
Jonathan.
way.
Definitely a fun character to watch at the table. He kept it lively. Got other people to be engaging as well.
A fantastic person to have on stream. A lot of fun to watch. He definitely seemed to be enjoying himself all day. It's a shame a little bit with the Queen 10-9-7 because he was starting to order drinks for the table, I think, at the time. Well, he was ahead in that hand, and the drink order got canceled. But a very, very good showing for John. I'm sure he'll be a little disappointed, and understandably so, to end up in third when he had a chance to have 90% of the chips in play with one hand. But sometimes it doesn't go your way, and he's walking out of here with, again, a close to $100,000 score. We are heading to heads up here, as we can see.
Trying to move to lucky seat, just like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, let me take over.
Yeah, this. Do.
So we're, again, just getting some positioning in place, bringing in, it looks like a couple trophies. It looks like we're going to have a BetMGM trophy as well as a Borgata trophy. So winner will take home 2 trophies. We can see Michael moving the hat as well. Nice little product placement from him. Tom just continuing his slide around the table. We'll see if he's happy or settled anywhere with his mountain of chips and how many mountains he chooses to make, if he brings all of them with him or leaves some to the side. And we're going to head to the heads up here at the Borgata Winter Poker Opens Almighty Kickoff with Tom Cullis on a 90 big blind to 12 big blind, significant chip advantage. But you know, we've seen it several times today, several spin-ups. Anything can certainly still happen here with
the hat brought him the ladder.
Hey, what's your name?
Brought him the ladder.
Mike.
As long as the hat stays in front, then he's never out of it.
Yeah, for sure. What's your name?
Tom.
Tom, good to meet you.
We've been playing together all day, guys. We're just getting names.
Come on.
Have fun.
Did you just sit down?
What's that? Sorry, what'd you say? Oh, it's hard to switch back.
Another few moments.
Yeah, so just getting the last couple of things stationed before we head to the heads up here. We'll look over to you, Aubrey. Again, we're heading in tomorrow, and you have a chip lead of, I believe I saw a little over 7 million in chips for you.
Yeah.
Was it
69
more?
big blinds tomorrow. So.
I was going to ask what the number of blinds was coming back
but
to.
It's not like somebody has like 50 something. A bunch of people have 30.
So you've got
there's one short stack, and then everybody else has like.
Gotcha. So relatively deep, a lot of playability.
You've got a chip lead, but not one of these overwhelming ones where you can do anything you want all day.
Yeah, I have to like at least keep my eyes open.
Fair enough. Now, when you're at a table, are you a
Oh, that's
talker?
what we're playing for. In that case, now we got to take it seriously.
On the dynamic.
Oh yeah, on the table. Like.
The whole property up.
If it was you and John, would you be chirping, mixing it up with him as he's singing?
Yeah, like if people don't talk to me, I usually talk back. Like I can't.
You got to divorce yourself from the money to play well.
Talking, I'm not just gonna be like.
You're not the John at the table.
I'm not gonna start the talking usually.
If you're stuck with someone like me, you'll be chirping just because you can't not chirp. I'm going to talk to everybody. If you're with
and for like the next
very
days, and then I'll get over
rarely,
it.
like I'll talk.
Sounds
to
about
them.
right.
Like you know,
sure.
It's got to be like very specific. It's not like something that I'm like doing commonly.
Unless I play badly, in which case I'll be angry at myself for months.
I'm just dancing at the table to myself.
And then you're never getting over it.
World, like,
No, I still get over it eventually.
So we're gonna get some dancing tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got too much to be angry at myself about, so you got to make room.
Yeah, probably.
Got to be happy
about something. I don't make the rules.
Right?
I don't know the rules. But what I am again now looking forward to is what is going to be the attire. What's gonna how are we gonna show up? Are you gonna go with something that you know that I'm not gonna be able to?
I did think about because I have my BetMGM River Me Daddy
table
jersey.
in the
from one of the online.
Yeah,
would
like
you
a
ever
basketball
do
jersey, and not, but I have it.
That would have been a good one. Yeah, those jerseys are really nice.
Oh, they are.
For anyone not familiar, BetMGM offers sometimes some jerseys if you win a tournament during a tournament series. Very nice looking.
We have a 3x with the 4s. And a defend from Michael with the 8-5 suited here. And he picks up the club draw.
Oh. Hard for this not to go in with about a pot-sized bet behind.
Let's see how Thomas chooses to play the 4s, because that's a terrible board.
10 million is bet.
Well, he doesn't have that much hold equity.
Yeah.
If he's someone bets 10 million, I got 22. But like he does, like if he jams, like he's probably gonna fold, right?
You would think so.
But what do I know? It looks scary.
What is Michael going to choose to do?
Raise to 25 million.
Snap folds to the non-all-in raise.
Wow.
I mean, he got backdoors. I mean, he does have the backdoor flush though.
The non-all-in sizing is interesting. I mean, it's basically committing. So.
Of course.
It kind of looks scarier though.
Yeah.
Like, someone knows that you're like,
Table
oh,
hockey.
He's leaving a couple behind. Why is he leaving a couple behind? Or is that just to tank a little Hollywood a little bit? Well, that's one hand of heads up, and we had basically an all-in already.
See the trophies in the back on that table. Been quite nice. BetMGM trophy on the left.
That's the goal.
Borgata trophy on the right.
pretty crazy. It's like heads up too. Like the Almighty, like usually is chopped like 4 or 5 ways historically a lot. So for it to actually get all the way down to like we're playing heads up, it's like pretty.
Unless you mean
these guys are willing to battle.
What was weird though is when we pretty much the entire day we had multiple stacks under 12 bigs, 15 bigs. At one point, we had, what, 3 people under 10 and 5 people under 17?
But like, no one's even mentioned the chop. It's like playing this.
Yeah, I don't think we've heard the word chop on this final table yet. People want to play.
Except when people are trying to stay alive when they're all in.
Yeah.
Ace King to Ace Jack.
Shouting for the chop outs.
Or Ace Jack to Ace King. A raise there from Thomas, keeping pressure on. He needs to make sure that he's not getting too passive with Michael, and he's certainly done that so far. And Michael's made a lot of strong, correct decisions so far throughout the day today. But he's also shown a willingness to fold. And having seen that, Thomas needs to really make sure that he's not giving him too much.
Raise 12 million.
Right. Like the little piece of information of Thomas folding to the little flop raise with that 8-5 suited, you know. That speaks some information that he's willing to bluff those flops.
We have the all-in as expected, and what's interesting is the 9-8 is almost good enough where he's going to get the count. I can't see him making the call, but we've said that a few times today with Tom. And
Well, it's always at the point when you're playing heads up and you're like, oh, I just call here and hit an 8, like it's over.
Yeah.
Just win it, you know, like.
It's easy to convince you of that. Like, oh, I have enough equity.
From this all-in, this is about as good of a spot as Tom could get, too, with the 9-8. Like, he's facing only one overcard.
Yeah, and I assume Thomas is thinking he would do this exactly with deuces through sevens, probably.
Looks like it was just enough for him to not make the call.
80, okay.
Brings
So now it's
Michael up
96.
to just shy of 20 bigs again. We're getting close to a point where we might actually see a little bit of heads-up play. We've seen the one raise defend, but it is, especially if Tom's going to keep choosing the 3x sizing, we're not going to see a whole lot of play until unless Michael can get up to 25, 30 bigs. You know, he needs a couple more hands like this to get close to that 100 million chip mark before we'd really be able to see too much in the way of play, if I had to guess.
Yeah, in this kind of depth for heads up, a lot of the play is just limp or all in pre-flop.
We are going to see a flop here. Thomas with the 8-7 offsuit, Michael with the 5-3 of diamonds. We'll see if Michael, picks up and does put any aggression out. It's going to be enough. Again, creeping up over that 20 big mark. He's not far off again from just getting out of that limp raise shove range.
I mean, he doubles up once, so it's even game.
Yeah, we can get a double up. It's going to be fun.
Very close.
Anyone's game. We'll go with. Right now, it's still very much Thomas's game until anything drastic changes. But Michael out of danger, not in a spot where he has to rush and force anything. He can just kind of play and limp bet. However, he can defend the raises that he wants to defend, and have the mystery hand. Thomas just calling here.
So do either of these guys have any heads up live experience, or?
It's a great question.
Yeah, that I do not know.
Not that I'm familiar with. I believe we know that going into today that this would have been the biggest individual score for everyone at the final table. I think Nikki P was the closest, is what Bob had said earlier. I think it was actually only a couple thousand off of that. So not on a scale for this amount of money, but definitely know that Thomas, I'm not too familiar with his history. We didn't get a whole lot out of him from history. We pretty much just got his name. But Michael's biggest score, he does have 5-figure scores in his past, so he's played for money, but certainly not close to $200,000 and a Winter Poker Open pair of trophies and title and everything that goes with that.
Well, it's hard to get 3,000 people fields,
4,000 is a lot of people to get through.
A big fan of the double trophy too.
Do you keep them together or do you put them in separate places?
I feel like you got to keep them next to each other at least, right?
Tom continuing the aggression that he's shown. We saw the one limp with the mystery hand, but just a lot of aggression. We'll see how Michael chooses to play this. Just under the 25 with a very strong King 10.
That call seems like the right play here.
Okay, here we go. We got a flop.
King for Michael, a couple backdoor straight draws for both 14. Of them, and a backdoor diamond draw for Tom. But we are going to see the aggression of 14 million, a half pot.
It's a decently sized bet. Michael's just thinking, am I going to have to call down this pair of king?
He's really not happy about it, but can't fold.
Can't fold the flop, obviously.
Michael,
I imagine this aggression is going to continue.
Has been live. Heads up. Got second back in 2021 for a $32,000 payout, and third in another one for his high score of $36,000.
Is all in here, max pressure.
We'll see if he can make this call.
What you got with it? I mean, he has Thomas has Michael has the best hand here. He can have.
Yeah, a lot of the ace-X is going to be doing something pre-flop.
And he's not making too many 2 pairs here on the turn.
Problem is Thomas just has.
Yeah,
so
especially
much ace-X.
I don't know if he's been bluffing that much all day. Has he been going wild like this?
Yeah, and also if Michael has been seeing any of that in the streams.
And it's you call here, you're either finished or dead.
Yeah. For a while, John was the one with all the chips, so a lot of the other people didn't have the room to make bluffs like this.
And Tom,
you got a call.
Nice call.
Finds the
calls.
call.
You're good.
He has him drawing dead.
We got a match on our hands.
He just mucked the hand because he knew he was drawing dead. Michael gets the full double up to almost 200 million himself. It looks like Tom threw his hand in face down, knowing that he was beat. But of course, we have to show and finish out the hand. We are pretty much dead even. And to the question before as well, Tom does also have a third at it looks like one of the live cups in 2025 for a 6-figure score, and a first in Philly in a heads up live for about 30-some thousand as well. So both of them definitely have some experience with making live runs, and seemingly in fields similar to this. I don't believe any of those, as far as I'm aware, were on stream, which can add in a different factor. Which I'll also ask you: have you been on stream before for your play?
I'm very good at getting 10th place in my tournaments. Look at my hand. I was 10th place, 11th place, 10th place, 13th, 11th, 10th. So yeah, since this was online, I was able to make be the chip leader. So.
Get through and get first time is tomorrow.
MGM online, they let me run good on there. I don't know. Live poker, they're mean. It's hard to win that last flip, where it really matters.
That's always the toughest.
Field sizes of 2,000 to 4,000. There's always going to be one more flip you have to win.
Just minefields. We can see pretty close to even. Both of them on 50 bigs. Thomas on 53, Michael on 49. So very, very close. Anybody's game right now. as we are heads up at the Borgata Winter Poker Open's Almighty Kickoff. They have 120-ish thousand locked up, I believe, 120 to 130,000, and 190,000 up top for first place here.
Got for 70K heads up match. Now we're what, 50 big blinds deep, so like playing some poker.
Yeah.
No chop talks yet.
No, not neither player. Not as in like one person's like thinks they're better. They're both just like.
Let's play it. Michael just 5x'd over the limp right there. We actually have some depth where we can have some more nuance to play if they so choose. We've seen a lot of aggression out of Tom throughout the day. We haven't seen Michael in a point where he's been able to be aggressive. He just hasn't had the chip stack to be able to be aggressive. We've seen incredible patience, incredible discipline, and all of the painful hands, all of the painful folds that he had to make all day. He now has the ability to play, so let's see what we get. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, and that kind of makes the pair of kings call right there for Michael a little bit harder because you don't know if he's going to pull all the bluffs there with a hand like queen 6 off.
No, yeah, like when he just flips over like ace 8, you just feel like
oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you're just like you're gonna like you just think about that. He's thought about that hand for the next like 2 months. Like he just been in the shower like, what did I call there? You know.
But he made the right call, and now it's
all even. But like, yeah, that's poker's stupid. Like, you know,
poker is amazing and poker is stupid.
That's also like having this final table be like 4 days later. It's like the opposite because usually like you play a hand badly and then like you randomly think about it the next couple days. But this is like the opposite. Like I totally forgot I'm at the final table. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the chip leader at the final table. That's pretty cool. Like, you know.
So we have a limp here. Thomas, it looked like I think it was 3.5. Went up to 14 million, or went up. Excuse me, went up to 14 million. We got the call, and now Michael with the top pair. And we've seen this another thing out of Thomas. We've seen a lot out of him of checking. We've seen him raise check a lot throughout the day. I don't know if he's hit and checked behind. So Michael with the top pair, now top 2 in a commanding position, has a check mark next to him here. We'll see what Thomas chooses to do because he's been aggressive throughout the day. We've seen a couple check raises, but we haven't seen him get too far out of line. And he called the flop here. I'm concerned that he might be thinking check raise here on this turn.
Think so?
It was the queen of clubs, maybe. Like, think about it. I don't know. You never know what people are thinking.
44 million bet.
He's going to get out of the way real quick. Love being wrong. I love being wrong in that spot because he hasn't floated. He's been check folding when he hasn't have it, and him check calling there with a card above the jack coming in. He's folded the ace highs though. He's folded up several ace and king highs.
Up, I guess, a little different. You feel like even people that are very tight, like once they get heads up, like plenty of people just are like the biggest spazzers that are like the tightest players of all time.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously there's the aspect of heads up where you have to play more hands, so
you
just are going to be wider. But there's also plenty of spots where you're supposed to fold ace high.
Yes.
And people can get.
And not saying that he was a spaz there or that was a spot.
No, he's probably supposed to call.
Absolutely.
But also, like when your heads up, you're like, oh, you already got 120K locked up. You know, it's not like you're not feeling that afraid of like.
But you're playing for 70K.
Yeah.
And 2 trophies. Not just 1, 2 trophies.
Like you would think that make the chop even easier. Like, well, you should take a trophy.
Yeah. Which one do you want? Which color fits your living room? Which color fits your trophy case better?
Oh, that would have been good when they were even stacked. Just chop the trophy too.
Flip a coin. Which one do you want?
Yeah. I'd vote for the Borgata trophy. I like the Borgata trophy. It's just like
really.
It's classic. It's just like it's been the trophy forever. Like like.
So that's the generational gap right there, David. So for us, the Borgata, the mystique of the Borgata is
it's just
the
like
Borgata
clean.
trophy.
It's just like I don't know.
The MGM trophy is also very clean, but it doesn't have the same history to it.
14. Go in a nice little glass.
I'm just an idiot attracted to the shiny gold.
I'm easily distracted by shiny shit. But as we continue here with the heads up, Michael has jumped into the chip lead for the first time today. And to go back to Bob's comment from earlier, we do have a new chip leader. This is a different person that's been in the chip lead today, which makes her about half of our final table. At one point or another, did hold the chip lead here. As you can see, Michael Renna, looks like our blinds are going up to 2.5 million and 5 million with a 5 million big blind ante. Michael Renna in the chip lead with 236 million chips, about 47 big blinds. Thomas Cullis not too far behind, 35 big blinds, 173.5 million chips. It's just fun to say those numbers.
Yeah, plenty of playability still.
15.
He's going to continue with his 3x opens. And this is a weird one and a fun one because Thomas's King Deuce is ahead, but also much less attractive than a Queen 9 in a lot of cases here.
Connectivity is quite nice to have for Queen 9. Flop shot, some gut shots.
See what Michael chooses to do, because we've seen him pick off the 3x or the raise over the limps with the Queen 6 when he had the Queen 10. Makes the call, comes along to see the flop here.
Looked like he wanted to.
It looks like
raise
he wanted
a
to, but you got Queen. Like your hand's like way too good to be 3-betting. Like
He definitely had the.
Like he wanted to.
He had a little smirk right before calling. He was
Might
like, nah,
do
I'll
something
pass.
crazy. And we'll see if Tom can keep his foot on the gas here. Those are two cards. The ace on the flop and the jack on the turn are two cards that neither hand really wants to see.
I don't know. It's gonna check down, right? Like, I mean, if he's not gonna bluff the ace high, like he's gonna. I mean, king high is pretty good. Your heads up.
Yeah, I don't even think.
12.
Oh wow.
Does come out with the bet.
Sick value bet.
Third pot. You saw again. You can see the smirk. I think Michael's kicking himself for not doing the 3-bet pre.
Yeah,
I think we all saw he wanted
yeah.
to, and now
He did.
he's gonna
Like,
sigh.
but like he knew that he like probably wasn't supposed to. So
He's not.
he didn't.
Yeah, he's not supposed to, but he wants to, and then he doesn't, and he's why didn't I?
This guy just keeps hitting me with the 3x opens. Like, what am I supposed to do?
No, yeah. That can feel very brutal.
Yeah.
Now we climb again, very close to even again, just shy of 50 million. It looks like Tom, if I can do my math here correctly. Excuse me, 50 big. It's now 40 bigs for the 200 million. So Tom should be at what, 39 and 38 and change, and Michael just over 52 or 42.
42, yeah. 43.
Finally, a pair of ugly hands, and hopefully a quick little break for me. Excuse me.
I think pretty much every hand's went to the flop recently, right?
Mm-hmm. A lot of limping.
Limping in this raise call.
No 3-bets.
This could go. You guys are like, oh, this could be
18.
over in 3 hands. This could be you guys could be here all night.
We could be here for a while.
40 bigs deep. Plenty of room to battle.
We get the 3.6 sizing out of Michael there, which is met by the fold from Thomas's 4 deuce. But interesting to see the sizing going up here. No one afraid to put the chips in. I think that's now off the bingo card. I don't think we had 3.6 at any point throughout the day.
No, you think you're right.
Oh, it's like putting in random numbers. When you play online, you always do this type of
Stressing.
Like, who wants a nice solid?
How are you?
Gibberish.
Fuck,
You know what the first
time of your
number
life
is,
where
and
you need
then
the $60,000
maybe the
at least.
second number matters, and then
A
we just
week ago.
whatever
I need
the
it
keyboard
so
comes
bad.
up with.
But you already got the under 30, so this is the time you need it
At
first,
least.
whether you still need it or not.
Oh, we're
the
going
time
big
you
blinds,
need it
not
least.
chips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's not going to affect what I'm doing,
Too
but
big of
I need it
numbers.
so
like,
bad.
You can't do that much math. Let's keep it simple here. That's why I play online. Like, it's so hard. Like, I feel like I gotta recount my chips every hand.
But we have a limp now with the weak king from Thomas. Top pair for Michael with the jack. Does have a backdoor flush draw for Thomas.
King of diamonds doing some work. Opts to check it.
5 million? Oh.
He is sticky. It's not giving up. We got king high. Heads up's pretty. It's not bad.
It's not easy to make a pair.
Go for more value here. And you get a call by 10-9. Well, pretty much all 9.
I wonder if part of it is to potentially bluff ever. Michael checks this river.
And he did have a diamond. So maybe
Yeah, maybe less inclined.
5.
20.
7-6 gets there.
He goes 80% pot here on the river.
He knows where he's at. He's like, I got the best hand.
Thinking that checks the jack, calls the turn with the 9. A 9 might call the river here.
60.
Oh my lordy.
Wow.
He didn't even, he had that ready to go. Like he already was made. He was bluffing regardless of what.
I was saying earlier, a lot of these snap actions from Thomas have felt relatively strong, but clearly proven me wrong, going to put it in with nothing.
I mean, he's on the turn when he was bluffing. He was pretty quick. I mean, he's been pretty quick with every action.
Yeah, definitely has.
I don't think he's taken more than 10 to 15 seconds.
We'll see if Michael can pick this off. Because that doesn't feel good having that get shoved at you.
No, you bet like.
Well, you've got top pair heads up. It's.
But like, I feel like also the reason you bet big is so that if you raise and you feel better about getting a fold. Like if you bet small here, then you're like, go ahead and use this, right?
Yeah.
But when you bet 80% in the raise, you're like,
what am I doing?
That's scary.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, why did I bet this much?
I think Michael's kind of thinking, is Thomas really doing this with an 8? Like, is he checking back a flop with an 8? Seems pretty keen to get stacks in.
That's a weird flop to check in. It's not a weird flop to check an 8 back. You absolutely can check an 8 back, but that's a dangerous board with the connectivity there.
Unless he just had Jack 8, but like you blocked Jack 8.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he had pocket 5. And you block pocket 5s, you got Jack 5. So like this is like, if you put it into the magical cheeseburger, I'm sure it's going to tell you to call, but like.
The magical cheeseburger.
Is that a reference to the solver?
I'm going to have to remember that one for tomorrow night.
It probably tells you to go all in over him, top of him as a bluff, actually. It's probably what it tells you to do.
I'm going to see what the magical cheeseburger, how many times that comes out tomorrow night.
Thomas gets it.
That's a very good move for Thomas.
Yeah.
Impressive. Well done.
Did he show it?
I don't believe so.
He's just that cool.
As you can see, the payouts for what our final 2 contestants are paying for. Second place, just shy of $130,000. First place, $190,000, and 2 very attractive trophies that we can see in the background here. And these 2 are going at it. This has been a lot of fun, heads up. It's been a lot of fun all day. Kind of had a weird dynamic where we haven't really had the ability to have too much play. But now we've had some fun here. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be no action.
You gotta let him win the next hand. Like you just bluffed him. You let him win the hand. You can have one and
he does limp. And Thomas, who has been 3xing, 3.5ing over limps, does just check the 10-3.
Check.
Yeah, not a board you want to check back aces, really.
No, too many of that really, really low crap interacts with that 5-7 as well.
This is 9.
Simple enough. He takes it down, and we're, again, right back to almost dead even. I think one of the things that might have gotten in Michael's mind, if I'm going to try and guess what was going through his head, was I've been playing really well. I feel I've got an edge. He's been on his game all day today. He's picked off the spots. Putting in that extra 40 million, almost 1,000, 40 million in chips would have, and being wrong, would have given Thomas a very significant advantage. Again, they're still pretty close to even. I'm thinking he thinks he can just grind it out and win it over time as long as he doesn't get cool.
I'll just take a water.
I mean, he went over his head and mob, whatever. He's just probably just like, who bluffs on the river? you know? But people that get to the final table usually bluff the river until they got to the final table, you know? So, like... I don't know how much they played. Well, they obviously introduced themselves to each other when they got hit up, so I don't think they played, like, you know, yesterday or day one.
Doesn't look like they have a whole lot of history.
Yeah, introducing to each other in the final two is pretty
When
funny.
you get the heads up, they were on the they weren't on the opposite sides of the table.
They were on the same side.
They were right next to each other. They were sitting next to each other all day
22?
until Tom moved.
Oh, that's so good.
Top for Tom here.
Big bet.
2/3 pot? A little over, more than 2/3 pot. No, about 2/3. My snap math has been hit or miss today, but I think we got that one pretty good.
Does Michael have any devious intentions here? Some backdoor straight draws and not much else.
50.
He does. He seems to be tired of what he feels like being on the defensive.
Can't really blame him. He's just constantly facing these huge sizes, whether pre-flop or post-flop.
I don't know that this is
Not the
going to
best
work
timing
out.
when they got top pair.
I don't know this one's going to work out that way for him.
I want to try this one at home.
Once again, dealers,
Some runouts maybe where this works, but
2, 4, 5, 7, 9 in the well. All the other stacks are going to be out for us. Button is going to be in seat number
Also,
8.
people make crazy folds all the time. Because he's acted within 10, 15 seconds. This is the first time he's,
put him in the blender.
you know.
All in?
Nice in.
Yeah, didn't seem to phase him that much there. All in, met by a very quick fold from Michael.
Yeah, Thomas probably picking up on the scoop fold, meaning his check raise was more of a bluff. Duly noted.
We'll see if he picks up that the sizing on that was a smaller sizing on the check raise. But that now brings Tom back up to a little over 280 million chips. Michael to 128 million chips. Still plenty behind him. About 25 and change bigs. So still plenty to play with. Did I do that right?
Yeah. 25.
It helps when they have it in front of you and when it just tells you for you. But a big swing right there in Thomas's favor. And this is a hand where we'll have some chips going to play. I'm not going to get crazy pre-flop, but definitely two fun hands to play here.
Call. Check.
That is
That's definitely a flop for both players.
That is an action flop for us here.
That is 8 million.
Tom going to take the betting lead with his second pair and a gut shot.
Yeah, snap lead.
Back to our quick action.
$20.
Raised 20.
Once again, going for the
call
smaller check raise size.
He's in position this time.
That is true.
And the gut
Thomas
shot
drills
comes
it.
through, but
But,
also
yeah, also
gives
some hearts.
Michael a gut shot straight flush draw.
Well, 2 hearts on the river.
Yeah. Value seems kind of
Like, you just, yeah, you can't fold your like if you bet and then anything happens. It's like,
discipline check. 7 of hearts comes through.
Gets the flush.
Blocks the straight flush. And that also pairs the board, so it's got to be a little more.
Feel like pairing the board there will slow down Thomas.
But either way, it would have been bet.
It'll be bet call, but
Yeah.
Thomas may have raised if it went heart without pairing the board like this.
I don't know. If Michael goes huge, I think Thomas might be able to.
It's going to call him like 5 seconds.
Get away with something.
Yeah, I don't think there's a sizing that he's not calling, except for maybe more than pot.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning.
50.
That is 50 million.
Big bet.
It's right around pot.
Yep.
Puts a hand like this in the most uncomfortable position. Lose to a lot of the Jack X that would check raise the flop.
But most Jack is probably better.
Call.
We get the call.
That's true.
Tom's going to see the bad news here.
He either has a flush if allows her.
And we're right back to even Steven again. Michael back into the chip lead by just a couple million.
20.
And we continue.
40.
So you guys playing a lot of events at the Borgata this week?
We are back to talk about your final table tomorrow night. And then I'll be playing a little bit over the weekend, and barring making a run myself to the final table on Sunday, we'll be back for commentary Sunday for the Deep Stack. I think it's Deep Stack main event is what it's called,
Yeah,
with the 600 1 million guarantee
It's
coming
2
up.
mil.
Is it 2 million?
I believe so, yeah.
This was 1 million. And that goes 3
I was talking about it earlier. I actually did know that. Yes, because yes. So I'll be playing that one Friday, and then might just find some dailies or something on Saturday. What about you? You have hybrid tomorrow. You playing anything else afterwards?
I'll play the 600 tonight after commentating here, and then I'll be back next Monday for the main, and then the PKO if I don't run deep in the main.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Nothing for me on the schedule. Just commentating.
Call. 5 million.
Potentially doing some more during the main event stream.
We have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for the main event. We have streams next week. A couple
17.
feature table streams, and then the final table
Raise
next
17 million.
Thursday. And then Friday is the final table at PKO, where we'll have a stream as well.
Whole lot of
PKO
streams.
sounds fun. I like PKOs are my favorite anyways. I think I've only played like 1 or 2 live PKOs.
It's nice to see them starting to pop up. I mean, mysteries are fun with big fields, and people seem to like them a lot. But the PKO format is one that I've always liked, where the more people you knock out, the more you're making. And if you knock out somebody who's
Also, you can play like higher binds because you're more likely to get some money back too, on average. And it's also just more fun. You get way more all-ins. Like you get to sweat for live poker. I'm sure it'll be insane.
Well, with mysteries, once the big ones are out in whatever
it's
tournament
like
you're in,
boring.
it loses some of the luster.
I'm not a big fan of mystery bounties and PKOs. Like
I'm not going to knock a mystery because my best score is in a mystery bounty, but I will say that PKOs are more fun. I'm glad to see them live, and I'm really looking forward to doing the commentary next Friday. And kind of as we're winding down the series, I'm hoping that'll turn into a few people just kind of, as we bring in co-hosts and/or guests that are, maybe a little bit, little bit ready to let loose on a Friday evening after a long couple weeks grind.
Yeah, that'll be a very fun stream for sure.
We come back over here to the action,
Yeah, sure.
and we had the limp from the Jack-9 suited from Michael, the 6-3 check. Checks the flop, and we see Thomas pick up bottom pair, a gut shot with a backdoor flush draw for Michael.
Yeah, this should be an interesting one.
15.
That is 15 million.
Pot size bet, and that bottom pair weak kicker does not look good to Thomas right now.
Call.
Call 15.
Or it looks very good to
He
Thomas right now.
disagrees.
He's got a pair.
It's tough to make a pair heads up.
I mean, he's got backdoor gut shot.
Couple of them.
Yeah, Michael's been finding these big bets on the 10
I mean,
high.
if you were thinking of a card, and
That
your name
is
was
a
Michael,
card.
like
the open end, the flush draw, and only 45% to win without any pair. Thomas with the bottom pair, weak kicker, 55% favorite. This will be really interesting to see how big Michael chooses to go here.
You just gotta put out 50.
I was gonna say, is he gonna pot it again? Just go pot.
60 mil.
50.
You nailed it, David. Not you, Aubrey.
No, I know.
And the snap fold from the best hand. And the seesaw heads towards Michael Renna, up to just shy of 240 million chips, which is so much fun to say.
So many chips.
Also, the PKOs at the end of the series is gambling. There's going to be plenty of people that are, either up money or down money, and they're going to
15.
be
Raise.
running around.
It's gonna be a good one.
And because usually PKOs are more of a side event, one day. They're not this. It's got multiple starting flights. That's nice.
I feel like the PKOs often do pretty well. I think of the 10K bounty at the WSOP. I feel like that's always one of the softer 10Ks of the year, and then some of the Triton PKOs. They bring out a lot of the action. People love them. Guaranteed quite often.
40.
We get a spicy 3-bet out of Michael here with the queen 3 off.
Versus the mystery hand. It's the beef jerky hand of the night.
the mystery cheeseburger hand of the night.
Wasn't better than queen 3.
It might have been better than queen 3, but
probably not.
I was gonna say he's got the weak king in the wheelhouse. But another nice little chip up from Michael as he passes 250 million, I believe, for his first time today. Thomas has been above 300 earlier. And wow, we were just saying, we weren't even sure that we were going to get you on with the way the action was going earlier.
It'll be over in 10 seconds.
Just the water.
I had a green tea.
Where's John when you need the round of Coronas for the table?
She must have misheard me.
You had the 3 waters?
I just had a water.
Okay. What did you want?
Green tea, nothing in it.
Nothing in it. Okay.
And a water,
when you
please.
get a chance.
8 back. Okay, I'll be right back.
Both of you guys make sure you got your cards in the box.
Damn, Michael should just give him his extra
Miss,
water.
can I have a water, please? While you're here. Thank
Keep
you.
him thirsty.
Yeah.
You can't give him all. You gotta have the advantage.
Put those side by side when you got to
Go over and spill his green tea once he gets it.
Yeah, knock it off the tray.
Mental games.
Yeah.
Dominance. We have the 2 of the uglier hands that you'll see heads up, facing off here. And a flop that missed them both.
Got one big one.
That was 5 million.
Precisely.
It's more fun when the commentators are wrong, Aubrey. Which happens quite a bit for us. Why do you have to be right with these things?
Pocket's hard though.
Just gotta plug it into the magical cheeseburger.
See
what it says.
Get some tater tots out.
I said mystery cheeseburger. It's gotta be the magical cheeseburger.
Mystery magical. Depends on what kind of format you're playing. Now you're playing with PKO or mystery.
Sorry.
Appreciate you. Wrong person first.
Not quite sure what just happened. If we had possibly a misdeal or something flipped or something. But as we can see,
That's a good deal. I like the deal.
We have the trophies in the background, and it looks like Tom is putting some of his own money up in the heads-up match, as you saw the cash making its way onto the table. I'm assuming that's just for the deal, or for the servers. Tip your servers.
70K heads up wasn't enough. He needs to put another $5 on it.
I hope after this that the two of them go and just go, go to the bar together and cheers a Corona with John, and, if that is part of what they choose to do in their personal time.
I think they're gonna hop right in the 600.
I feel like you got to celebrate a little bit.
Nope. Max late fire. I think we might be out. I think we might be out of late reg for the day flight. We're right near the end of that. I'm not sure the time frame on that. But we have.
I think they're gonna be max late in the night flight because it's gonna
6
go
high.
for
9 high.
For a while.
I suck.
What,
No,
think I
Michael,
wasn't
you've been
calling?
fantastic today. To be fair, you've played
Beat me into the
incredibly
pot.
well today.
I feel like I say that like at least 10 times, but every session I'm just like, wow, I'm bad.
Poker's hard.
It's hard.
And there we are. We got a close-up of the two trophies, and they are both crisp trophies. We have David over here saying that the MGM one is what would look nicer for him, but the nostalgia with the old school Borgata, that is a classic.
Yeah,
That is,
classic trophy.
I mean, those are both two sharp trophies. Give me the Borgata one. No offense to MGM, but offense meant.
Fall 5. Check.
Let's get 2-9. Some 9s on the flop.
We don't need just a cooler him
Well,
and
maybe
be done.
maybe somebody gets, maybe they chop. Maybe it comes jack,
Yeah,
jack.
fair enough. Fair.
They could chop with 2-9.
9-9-4 ace.
Yeah.
Check.
$10 million.
That is 10 million.
After going back to, after checking all the way through the last hand, I can't imagine that we weren't going to see anything go in there. And sure enough, Michael steps up, throws out 10 million chips, takes down the pot.
Big one.
Too big. But it just sounds so...
It does. Like when you're like deep in live tournaments and then like people that are like, they say numbers, you're like, oh, that's a lot. Then you're like, think about it, you're like, wait, that was like 3 big blinds. Like, that's like not a big deal.
Michael, you have $263 million. Why don't you cash out?
Call.
$17.
Raise to 17. Hold.
Yeah, because what are the blind levels here? Are we up to an hour now?
I don't believe so.
Like 40 minutes?
I think we were on 40 for today.
Then that's we're at 40 tomorrow. So, because I was wondering, because it's 15 online, so I was like, is it going to be...
Yeah, how does it translate?
Yep. They tweak the structures a little bit to...
Yeah, we restart whatever level we were on.
Yeah, but then they'll take a look at what the next structures are and might tweak it for more of a live structure as opposed to an
I
online.
think it'll be okay. 40 minutes and like it was pretty good. It's like okay, it's not terrible.
Yeah,
and it starts at like 6:30, like So.
Yeah.
Running good would be pretty cool.
The most important part.
Yeah, I ran pretty pure so far.
Just a little ways to go.
5.
Just a lot of microaggression here out of Michael. Just continuous applying pressure pretty much anytime he gets the opportunity to bet where Thomas hasn't shown any interest in the pot. Michael's throwing two bigs in, and it's not...
It's hard to make hands, heads up.
Yeah, and it's not huge, but it's death by 1,000 cuts right now, and he's got over a 2-to-1 chip lead right now. Just a couple big hands here, a couple big hands there, and then just chipping away, and has opened up certainly not an insurmountable lead considering we've had
He's got over double though.
Significant swings,
Definitely
but
a decent lead.
very, very solid lead.
Yeah, enough to get into the area of starting to go all in pre-flop and
Yeah, he's almost
look
under
for the win.
25 big blinds.
Yeah.
Did you guys have picks for when this started? Were either of these you guys picks?
I don't think we made picks.
We messed that part up today. My pick got 9th.
Your pick on 9th?
Yeah.
Didn't even make it.
Didn't even make the stream table. Danny McGinnis, Dan Danielson ended up in 9th. They
22?
had 9 going into today and went down to 8 before we went on to the feature table, the stream table here. He lost, I believe it was an ace-2 to king-jack in pre-flop and didn't quite make the stream table. And
Think he's going to limp re-raise here with the ace-6? Or do you think
get over 4x with the 5s. We'll see what he chooses to do.
Calling here is not very...
Yeah, that's a big size to call
Exactly.
versus. But again,
Raising scary too.
you have an ace and 10s up.
He's going to click it.
Because like you can't...
37.
Like, folding almost feels against the rules. Like, you got an ace heads up, but like at the same time...
I mean, I think he's just going to send this, right?
I don't know, like, the main clicker, you got, like, you have a pair in your heads up.
Yeah.
So, he definitely can.
I'm all in.
Yeah, I was going to say we don't want to see him call that either.
Wow.
When you just get snapped or something.
Sick find from Thomas.
And that brings us, just as we were starting to get a little bit more separation, there's still a little bit of a gap. Thomas closes that quite well. Picks up, is that 7 some bigs right there? 7 and change, 7 to 8 bigs. And begins to narrow that gap back up to 166 million chips. About 33 bigs for Thomas and just shy of 50 for Michael.
Does anyone remember how long ago the 5 million blind level started?
Yeah, something in the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like.
Oh yeah,
Thank
I'd
you.
probably go over 10 minutes ago.
You guys are real helpful.
Check.
Thomas making top pair.
Check.
Michael's got backdoor stuff.
He's got stuff.
He's got some
That's
stuff.
That's a good way to describe it.
10.
Like he's got some thoughts about things.
Not much.
He's got enough that you might, but with the way it's been going, how
Yeah,
passive
with the
Thomas
amount of
is.
times he was raised and then he just gets jammed in his face.
Yep.
It's like,
Climb back even just that little bit more closer.
Thomas using that 2/3 pot bet size that Michael has been using a lot.
Which, to be fair, in that case was 2 big blinds.
yeah, we haven't seen too many premiums. They had aces once, and other than that, they just both had
Check.
hands that are like, yeah, it's just a hand.
Some 2 of the hands of poker. We've had some fun hands. We had the Queen 10 suited versus the 8-6 suited, which
Yeah, trips. 3-7 is pretty good.
and a pair for Thomas too.
And he's got backdoor stuff.
With the way this action
Check.
Oh, this is gonna get expensive soon though. Quads for Michael Renna, full house for Thomas Cullis.
So you check back trips, right? Like on the bottom?
He checked back trips. Thomas checks his made boat here.
You're gonna check again. Well,
This-
I would assume.
this might-
But like you're trying to get all the money in because like
This might do it. This might be the hand that ends it.
Yeah, this is so disguised. And, like, you don't really have any better pairs.
Well, I mean, you could have an over
I
pair
guess.
and then like, check back.
Are to be given out
2-7.
the last hand.
With the way they've been playing, this is amazing that
But he's definitely like Thomas got to be hoping for an overcard here. Like I mean, he's
Dealer
not
doesn't
in
have
his
his
mind,
vouchers.
but like he is in.
he's got quads full.
Quad boat.
We need that $10.
I can't believe how little is in this pot with how much action we've seen at times. I can because of how strong their hands are, but
Yeah, I mean, if he would have bet the flop, but if he would have bet the flop, he probably would have checked back the turn.
I'm assuming you're gonna have to see about pot, maybe 30 million. You know, based off what he did before, where he went a little above pot. He's got to get something out of this, right?
I mean, I guess you would. Yeah, I'd go like half pot here. Like you're just trying to like get called by a 5. You're not really trying to make it bluff. You're trying to leave the door open for him to bluff, maybe. Like if you
30.
There's the 30. I'll take the first correct guess that I've had. I couldn't tell you how many streams. I think he's just going to side call here, right?
I mean, there's not really much else you can do.
You're allowed to do whatever.
Turn it into a bluff.
Like you can't rip for value here.
I mean, I think he's thinking about folding.
Wow. Impressive that he's even taking this long before calling.
I call.
I mean, you gotta at least like complain to yourself for 10 seconds.
Yeah. Am I really about to lose this?
Yeah.
There's the side call. But
chip up for Michael, chip down for Thomas.
Thank you.
I'm not surprised considering how strong their hands were.
You didn't need the jack. You don't have to go overboard here.
How strong their hands were that neither of them wanted to scare off a stronger hand. But I am a little surprised that you didn't
like when
get
you
more
overbet
than
there,
that.
you have the jack, so like he can't have the jack, so you think you bet. But like, what do I know? He got called, so.
Yeah. Did want to go back very quickly to address. I was looking back through the comments on the stream, and we don't have that up regularly. We do take a look in every now and again. There were a few people asking, do we read the chat? We don't have that up on the screens for us here, but we bring it up on our own a little bit here and there. So the prize pool, one of the other questions that came in, the prize pool was a $2 million guarantee. They're playing for 129,000 and 190,000 right now. It was a $400 buy-in. Excuse me, a $1 million prize pool.
Yes.
$2 million is the one this coming weekend.
Correct.
$400, $1 million guarantee prize pool. First place is 190,000 and a little bit of change. Second place, 129,000 and some change. First place also gets the 2 trophies in the background.
12
million.
Thomas going above our 2/3 pot size in here with his second
the
pair.
cheeseburger machine probably take range. I guess 6-2 here. Maybe not.
Yeah, definitely see that in a standard full ring type game. These candidates for the check raise get called by worse sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like to do it when you have the worst. Just folds.
Very disciplined,
He
sniffing that
even
one
had
out.
the back door.
Yeah.
Backdoor clubs.
Yeah.
But if I'm Thomas there, I'm perfectly fine not having to make decisions later with a second pair, decent pair, and not a great kicker. But there's so many cards that put him in a bad spot there. I wouldn't be surprised if he was happy to take that down there, short of improving with another jack.
Yeah. Anytime you bet and you don't have the best hand they fold, it's like, okay, I'll take that. Like even if you were like value betting, it's not the worst.
Yeah, I wonder if Michael read into the fact that it was a 12 million bet instead of the 10 million that has seemed to have been standard. Just juicing it up a little bit.
Players in the horse event, you got about 2.5 minutes. Please start taking your seats.
Not happening in any of the horse events or the Torse or the any other acronyms events?
I would love to play mixed games. I didn't look too much at the schedule, and with the 602 million this weekend, I think that was the one that I was.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I always want to play them, but like I actually kind of know what I'm doing in this game. This game's I have zero idea what I'm doing. So.
I'd have to, again, I didn't look at what all of the different games that are going, but I'd have to actually look at what some of those actually include. I know the games. I'm perfectly happy to play almost any mixed game that we get, but I don't know all of the different namings for some of the different variations that we'll get. I know.
They have a lot here.
I think they have an Omaha leaderboard, right? Don't they?
They have a leaderboard for all the mixed games.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. That's pretty cool.
Another thing just to get people's butts in the seats down here at the Borgata in Atlantic City for the Winter Poker Open.
I got you.
Plenty.
Borgata can have a poker tournament any day of the week, like at a random time. Like people will just appear.
There's separate side events. I thought I want to say I saw a $250 100K guarantee daily going on throughout some of this. Like there's stuff for anyone.
I know, like the Saturday, like those the one-day tournaments, they go to like 7, 8 in the morning. Like they always have so many people. It's like
Yeah. But you win those, you take one of those down, and
yeah. I mean, this you're getting what? How many buy-ins? Like.
I mean, if I took down 190,000, I could put in.
Yeah, $400. Pretty good ROI.
That's a lot of buy-ins into a 250.
What's that?
I don't think even I could burn that many buy-ins in a 250. Give me not in a daily. If you give me a 250 flight, then maybe.
A matinee.
I have faith in you, Whitesmith.
That's a throwback to a different time, and that was a cash cow back in the day. You say back in the day, post-COVID, back in the
like
day.
3 years ago.
I know. No backdoor straight flush draw for both of them.
Horse players, 600, 1,200 blinds, limits of 1,200, 2,400, shuffle the deal. Annie is 200,
20.
Green is 3.
20.
20 million.
Overpot.
Big bet. Timing the aggression right, really putting in the big bets at the right times for most.
He's not making it easy.
Oh. I was just gonna say, that was a hand that I could very easily have seen Tom calling, that 12, a smaller bet, like a 12 million bet, big and a half, two bigs, whatever it may be. I could very easily have seen him peeling, thinking the king high could be good. Going over pot makes it a lot tougher to want to call it just the king. Now the gap we brought up before, again, has just kind of continued to spread. It's gotten wider and wider. Now Michael with almost 300 million himself. Thomas at 116 million. We have
An ace. Well, it's the first time we've seen this heads up.
and we have gone up to 3 million, 6 million blinds with the 6 million blind big.
Oh,
6 million big blind.
It's 3 and a something.
3 and 2/3.
2/3. Math.
Just gonna jam it.
I could see it. All in call could very easily happen right here. I don't think Thomas is laying down the ace-9.
Gonna click it again. He just is like, could I just have a different hand here, please?
It's the worst spot because you don't have the wheel options. Like I'd much rather have ace-5 than ace-6 right here.
Last time he did, he just got jammed in his face. He's like, it's gonna happen again. He 3.5 exit. Like, how many folds does he have off of this sizing? But like, he does have some fold.
He does not look comfortable.
No, because he knows what he's supposed to do, but like he's like, but that's not what I'm supposed to do. Like,
look at this. Look at this.
Very disciplined.
Wizard.
We've been saying it all day.
Fold.
Yeah.
He went tournaments.
He's had that side fold all day.
And I felt like he like, because he could tell that, you could see it on his face. So like once you know it's on your own face, like he kind of has to fold. Like once you sigh in that spot, you can't be like, let me. Even though if you did sigh and then click it back, then it's like, you got it. Because like, what are you angling me? But like,
no, it's you're 100% spot on.
So that's definitely, but.
100% spot on, and we've seen kind of that facial expression from him a little bit throughout the day. What's interesting with that hand is this is the first time that's happened when he's been a significant chip advantage. He's always been the small stack with these side folds in some of those tough spots. A very, very good deduction there from
You have over
Michael
120.
Renna. Getting a quick count here because we are.
90.
With this sizing, we are under 20 bigs for Thomas's stack, so we are going to be in
17, I think, with the blinds.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, blinds one.
With that blind.
Yep, we are going to be in
That's
a
a big blind ante. That's not.
Gotta fight for it.
It'd be in a range where I
21.
I think we're going to see some pretty good action soon. And
So I mean, I guess
Thomas
the
had
large raise size and 3.5x's. If you had a big blind ante that's that large, probably.
Thomas with a queen 10 here has a
all in.
A good, I was gonna say a good enough hand where he's not gonna want to fold too often. I like that from him because that's a tough one to want to call.
Ah, but
Yeah, I like that from Tom.